Whoa, whoa there, Rudolph. Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sharpshooters. We are back in full force. We have Matt, we have Juice, we have Danny, and tonight we have a special episode where Juicy gives us his Juicy 50.
They're all special, but
Whatever
yes.
that means. I don't know what that
The
means.
juicy 50, baby.
The juiciest of the 50. But before that, we have our weekly trivia question. This week is my week, and this question's a little difficult, so I'm going to give you guys 2 guesses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little
Shit.
bit of a difficult.
Can I get 3?
No, you only get 2.
I only need 1.
We should hedge our bets and each pick different first pick. Really?
He's like, I only need 1.
We can each get 3 picks, you know?
Oh, the light goes down if you can't see us.
We're here. I see
I don't
me.
understand
Is
how.
that House of Black?
Yeah. Damn.
The devil's
They're
here. It's the
attacking.
devil. You
All
gotta
right,
get a
so-
stroke going.
Royal Rumble's coming up.
Mhm.
I enjoy Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Royal Rumble has a lot of fat.
It's locked in. Locked in. All right, Royal Rumble.
Which male wrestler, get out of here,
I'm putting my Twitch up.
has the longest cumulative time in the Royal Rumble?
Ooh.
So,
I almost want to say Kane.
it's a hard one. A lot of wrestlers been in there. Lots of choices. So I'm going to give you guys 2 guesses. I feel like that's a little fair.
So now, are we making 2 at once? Or are we making 1 and like
However you guys want to decide. You guys decide. Because technically whoever guesses right first wins. So
All right.
you guys want to alternate? Do you want to do someone gets 2 once?
Cumulative time. Are we counting the Saudi Arabia greatest Royal Rumble in that? Or do you not know?
It says total Royal Rumble time.
Yeah, they include that sometimes though. All right, whatever.
Cumulative.
All right, my first guess. I'm gonna go with Jericho.
Okay.
I will say Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. Chris Jericho is correct.
Wow.
Damn.
Let's go!
I didn't think anyone was going to get that.
Killer Tomato. Let's go. Thank you so much for the subscription. We really appreciate that. That's awesome.
What timing? As you get the trivia
He
right,
knew it. Ding ding,
He
baby.
he gave him the answer.
Let's
That's
go.
what happened.
He was checking his phone for that.
Say
Yeah. Chris Jericho has a total of almost 5 hours. He's 4 hours, 59 minutes, and 33 seconds.
go.
It's almost as long as amount of time we've had to watch him stand in the ring as everyone sings Judas.
Oh boy, that's true. That's
Dolph
very true.
Ziggler was number 10 on that list.
What was Kane?
At 3 hours, 8. Caden's only number 9.
Yeah.
319.
He got quick a lot of years.
Orton's 2, Mysterio's 3, Triple H 4, Shawn Michaels 5.
Let's go.
So that's the top 5.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good guess.
Royal Rumble, Royal Rumble, Royal Rumble. The chat said say Royal Rumble 3 times fast.
Well,
I was abiding.
I'm glad you were a true.
Randy and Ray in the Royal Rumble. Randy and Ray in the Royal Rumble. Randy and Ray in the Royal Rumble. I added that one. Try to do more R's.
All right.
Try it.
Well, that brings our trivia for the 3 of us to Juicebox at 13.
That's my name.
I'm at 8, and Matt's third place at 2.
Deuces. How did I get 2?
Deuces. Well, one you stumped us. I remember that.
That was the Tommy Dreamer question.
That was
in the elevator. That one.
You thought Rey Mysterio was a hot chick.
That one threw me off, man.
Yes. And I think the other one you stumped us with another like Rey Mysterio that we didn't think would be a back-to-back or something. I forgot.
Yeah, you got us early.
Rey Mysterio. Awesome.
So yeah. So there we go. So that leads us right into our next segment. And now that he's back, where's Matt at? Where were you last week?
You're there.
I was in the city.
If you can share.
An undisclosed location.
Undisclosed, called Madison Square Garden.
You were, celebrating, right?
Celebrating. I was meeting up with a
Rey
devil.
Mysterio's birthday?
Oh yeah, it was Rey Mysterio's birthday.
He was
Forgot
busy.
about that.
He was busy. It was that crazy of a night, huh?
Yeah, just totally forgot he was
That
part
wild
of Rey
of a night.
Mysterio.
Yeah, we were. Nah.
That's all right. Best to keep it between you. Friend of the show, Rey Mysterio. Apparently. All right. Apparently, not by me, but by proxy.
Number 1 podcast.
Number 1. Someone's got to be.
All right. So, where's Matt at this week? What'd you watch? What'd you like? What didn't you like?
Whew, okay. Rampage was meh.
Rampage was meh. Rampage was just good wrestling. No real storylines. But we did get two
Are the Von Erichs
trios
real-
matches.
Yeah.
So maybe that shook up some rankings this week. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Speaking of which, should we get the rankings up while we talk about where's Matt?
We can let
can
Matt.
wait?
Yeah,
Wait.
let's hear from Matt first. Let's hear what he thought.
Wasn't happy about Mox beating my boy, Swerve. That was a little cheating. I think the ref is in on that.
Anything to win.
I was surprised he won too.
I
I
was.
really thought draw.
I was.
I really thought that was gonna be a time limit draw, but
They haven't done one yet. And I don't know if they're going to do one at this
we
point.
only got like a week left.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one to do it at, too.
I was happy to see Andrade lose, not for the reason that you guys.
Oh, so happy
more
to see
so
Andrade
that
lose.
more so that it makes the rankings a little more like Moxley having a clinch already is stupid in my opinion.
Well, yes and no. I mean, that happens, in a lot of sports where there is a top seed that clinches a little bit earlier than the rest of them. So
Well, let's have some fun with it.
Well, I think I think
change it up.
You're right, but I think it's funny because on Dynamite they made it seem like it could still be amongst those 3 to get in, which is true. There's still scenarios where
But
Mox
then on,
does
No,
not
you're
get in.
100% right, 'cause the way
Collision,
they- the
said
way-
Moxley.
Yeah.
Mr.
The way
Kevin
they
Kelly.
ended Dynamite, I also thought that.
Mhm.
And then when you showed the rankings and they talked about it, I was like, oh, shit, like Mox is in no matter what.
He could not get in. There's scenarios.
So you're just saying Kevin Kelly doesn't know ball.
No, he probably knows at this point. I mean, they probably showed their hand a little bit with it, like just saying Mox is in. I don't know, but there are scenarios. I have them on my phone. We're not going to get into the weeds of it, but there are scenarios where apparently Mox does not get in.
Right, where it could be Strickland and White still,
Yes.
correct? That's what I thought.
Yeah. Also, it could be a 3-way, and they both fight each other. If it's like even tie,
Sexy.
if it's an even tie and all the tiebreakers,
Sorry, wrong 3-way.
and the tiebreakers don't pan out that way, they could still hit each other. Speaking of hitting each other, I think this is a good time to hit Danny with a bonk.
Done.
Damn.
Yeah, he got bonked.
What
Oh,
else?
did you say
So
something
more
about the?
Dynamite.
Did you say something about the Von Erichs? I'm sorry.
Yes, you asked.
Yeah, they were.
They're
Are
not.
they?
they're
Was
not
that
here
a
to
one?
stay.
Was that a one-time only?
Yes.
I think it's a
Because of the
one-off
movie.
thing. One because of the movie. Two,
Which
they're-
I want to see,
They're in Texas,
and I'm going to see it
Mhm.
next week probably.
Yep.
So I'm
Did it
very
come out
excited.
already?
next week.
Next week comes out.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, producer. That's our next movie.
Ooh.
Oh.
What was I gonna say? They looked, for what it's worth, they looked better and more protected on Rampage than they did on the Ring of Honor Zero Hour. Because on that they did not look good against the Outrunners. It was rough that match.
So I forgot when you texted us about it. It was about ROH. So
Yeah.
when I was watching Rampage, I was like,
Yeah.
Damn, Juice is really harsh on
No,
these guys.
they looked better. I think they were more protected in the 6-man and with all the people
No, that
they were
makes
with.
a lot
I
more
think
sense.
it's not a knock on the Outrunners, but I think they didn't hit.
For sure.
They didn't mesh.
What's the father? Eric?
Kerry.
Kevin?
Carrie.
Kerry? There's
Kerry
too many
Von
on
Erich.
there.
He
There's
was-
Kerry, Kevin, Keith.
Well, which one's still alive?
The old man, yeah.
Yeah.
He looked just happy to be there.
Oh, he was
Oh,
thrilled.
bro,
was thrilled.
he-
Hyped.
I mean, that's his whole life. That's like,
Yeah.
that Von Erich family is crazy. I really can't wait to watch the movie. I heard it's really good. It's really true to form.
I hope it's as good as The Dark Side.
With the exception of MJF
The
being
Dark Side
just
was good too.
a
Oh, yeah.
random fucking not real brother thrown in there or cousin or some shit.
Well, I don't know if it's true. Apparently, his stuff got cut down a little bit.
Yeah, he has like one
I
scene.
guess
heard.
we'll see. Like
But
apparently, it's
again,
like-
he's not a real character. They made it up for the movie.
but he got executive producer credit, so good for
I'm
him.
just saying.
At least on the movie.
Hmm.
Either way, Iron Claw
Back
coming
to-
to theaters December 22nd. Go see it. Sponsor. It's a friend of the
I
show.
was gonna say, come on now.
Yeah, Super crap.
Valvetin is not the only sponsor of the show. So more Dynamite. We had that.
So all right,
Jericho and Kenny
What
Omega
was I
made me
saying?
awkward.
So that segment was gross, and then it sucks now. After that terrible segment, that we're not even getting the fucking match.
They were loopy.
Well, I think
Unfortunate for Kenny. That's not anything his fault.
Well, I think
Thank
it says
God
a
he's
lot.
okay.
I think it says a lot about the segment and how he was. He was clearly on something, or just with the medicine
sense,
or
yeah.
something, or just in pain. He was fucked up.
Doesn't explain Jericho though.
It does not. It does not explain Jericho. That segment went a little too long. I mean, Jericho's Jericho at this point. I like Jericho. I mean, but that it went too long. And
yeah.
I gotta tell you, man. I mean, I know I've been saying it for a while, but after the way Starks had his interactions with like both Adam Copeland and then Jericho, like when they get like kind of choppy, like snippy. Thank you. I still think he's just out. I think he's done.
Starks, yeah.
I just think he's so like fuck this.
I agree.
Like I'm gonna get into it with anybody that gives me any shit in the ring.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I
yeah,
still love Starks.
it was a
but
rare miss for Jericho, but I do agree that I think Starks is just like
He just kept going though, Jericho.
I know.
I was like, bro, move on, let it go. But that's clearly his thing though. He says whatever he wants to say, sees that the shit sticks, and then he makes a T-shirt.
hmm
And this one just didn't stick.
It's a good business plan.
Big Billy Starks.
Billy Starks.
But I thought Collision. So just to stick on Collision, go back to it rather. I thought Collision was awesome.
Collision was great.
As a whole episode, I think it was one of the like, I don't know about ranking them, but I think it was one of the top episodes they've done since they started. I thought everything delivered, everything had a purpose, and just was awesome. I just think all the Continental Classic stuff helps keep it focused.
And even the Continental stuff has like good storylines within it. Like the Brian Claudio match next week is going to be off the chain. It's going to be so good.
Mhm.
And they said, and
Yes.
and said with such high stakes, is both of them need the win. It's not like one's out and you can like claim it. Claudio winning over Andrade was huge.
Mhm.
Thank God, fuck Andrade again.
Yeah.
So much Spanish
I
hate.
Spanish on Spanish. Also, Brian every week with that eye now is becoming the best, grossest thing on TV.
Oh, I love it.
It is
I love it.
awesome, but every time they do it, I'm like, that can't be like.
He has more and more
He's
bandages.
gonna get like a medical infection in his eyeball or some shit and like have it amputated the way he wrestles. It's disgusting, but I love it.
Killer
Let the man do
Tomato.
his thing.
Killer Tomato says, "Show the eye."
They do. They literally
You want us to show the eye?
like,
or-
all right.
Like, I can show you only these eyes, but
That was too much eye.
That's all
that's
I
just
got.
what he wants. I don't know.
I'm just giving the people what
we
they
want
want.
to give the viewers what they want. If you want eyes, we'll give you eyes.
Oh, I can't. My uncle used to do that. I got grossed me out. Flipping the eyelids. Don't
Oh,
do
thank
that.
you.
No, thank you.
I
I know Twitch lowered their standards. But
Yeah.
Let's not make it.
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
Let's not push it right away.
They
guys,
raised
all right?
them back up a little bit though.
Exactly.
They
'cause
went
people
back.
like Killer
They
Tomato.
did. They went back. No, we'll show eye. I'll show you eye.
Stop it.
You want a little titty?
Can we go back?
All right. What are we going back to? What?
Collision.
Oh, okay.
Andrade. No. Brian. Gross. Brody. I don't know if you want to talk about that match.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad Danielson won. I think it was much needed. I mean, this is what it's all about. I think Danielson, my personal pick for the finals at this point
I was about to ask that next.
is Danielson and Jay White.
Well, who's your final
Wow.
four?
My final
Who's the top two coming out of the bracket?
my final four is going to be Mox and Jay White, and it's going to be Danielson and Andrade.
What do you feel?
You think Brody gets shut out?
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, Brody's
Andrade's
out.
going in. Brody's not out.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
at this point. I think the only people that can really get in.
If Brody wins
Brody
and
has 6
Andrade
points,
loses, then Brody's in. If Brody wins, Andrade loses, and Claudia loses, Brody's in.
Either way.
Yeah, don't either way me.
No, I'm saying either way. I think Danielson.
It's a really
and,
wide open bracket. I like it.
I think it's Danielson and Andrade. I think they run it back.
So, I think it's Swerve. I still think Swerve gets in. I think it's going to be Swerve and Mox. And I think it's going to be Brian. And I don't know why. I feel like they're going to give Brody the push. Like, let him just sneak in and just let him lose. I'm not sure why.
I don't know. I don't think it's...
It doesn't, like, it's not like they're not going to... Every match, whatever match is coming out of it, it's a rematch. So, they could do Andrade, yeah. And then I guess they can do... You know what it is I just want to make sure we see Andrade and Miro.
I mean, yeah.
I know you don't like Miro, but...
Oh, I'd rather them do that than Andrade
match.
be in the finals.
100%. I do not want to see Andrade in the finals.
Or Mox at this point.
The crowd was into Andrade, though, during his matches.
But Brian Swerve, man, that would be such a vicious match.
For what it's worth, Brian and Swerve is the match I want.
That's the match I really want.
But, you know what? No, I'm going to take that back. Brian and Swerve would be the better match. No.
Just like the devil.
The only reason I want to see Brian versus Jay White more, purely for one reason. They've never been in the ring together, ever. In any way.
That's cool.
No tag, no multis, never.
That's cool.
Swerve has only been a few times, too. That one a month ago, that was the first time.
Yeah.
So it's still just as fresh, but either way, either one of those two, I'll be happy.
Yeah. As long as it's not Andrade or Mox.
Yep.
I'm good.
How's about Sky Black?
I was just about to talk about Sky Black.
She's arrived.
That's
Sky
dope.
Black.
Do your rankings say Sky
I'm
Black?
really hyped. Yeah, who called him Sky Black?
Nigel did.
Yeah, Nigel was...
Yeah, you can bring him up.
Nigel was fantastic with that stuff.
Yeah.
While we go to the rankings, is she on there? Yeah. I was just going to bring this up before we talk about Dynamite. Might as well just bring it up real quick. I do not give a shit about Riho.
Whoa!
I am done. Like,
wow.
I am over her. She looks like she's still a child, and I get scared she's going to get hurt in the ring half the time.
Is he acknowledging this?
Yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
I am tired. Like, just comes randomly.
Didn't get it.
Over Rio. And I know she's going to win, and I don't want to see her.
You know Rio's
I
going
want
to
to see Saraya and Toni Storm. I don't want to see Rio versus Toni Storm. I don't care about Rio. I'm just letting you know.
You're talking.
I do, and that's why I want to get it out of the way.
Fan.
That's why I want to get it out of the way before he continues. I don't give a shit about Rio.
Wow, man.
We understand.
But I do love me my Abaddon. Thank you for putting her number 1. I do agree with that.
Yeah, okay.
Love me my Abaddon.
All right,
love
so
it.
first let's tackle the rankings, and then we can dive back into the other talks. So the first one, we'll start with the women. Abaddon moved her up 2 spots. I think she picked up another win, maybe even 2 wins this week. I forget. But
she deserves it.
Picked up another win. She's clearly in line, it looks like, for some sort of shot. I mean, we got Sky Blue in the picture. We also got the returning Thunder Rosa.
That's crazy.
Weird, though.
I'm hyped about it. Now, for what it's worth, she's
anticlimactic.
Just weird.
Here's the thing. She's been on Spanish commentary since Collision started. She's been in the building the whole time. Clearly, I think like Tony kind of got bullied into like people being like, "What the fuck are you doing with Thunder Rosa?"
But see, that's fine. Show her on TV.
They did.
Show her on the commentator.
No,
booth.
they did.
Well, they did.
They did.
No, like every week.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? Like make sense that she's been there consistently and not just randomly.
Well, the second they showed her, I kind of thought to myself, I was like, all right, well, she's definitely gonna do something because next week they're in her hometown. And that's where she's returning.
Well, I'm just saying, the second they showed her, I thought they were going to do something because they never show her.
Yeah.
So.
But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm happy Thunder Rosa's back. I'm way more into the thought of Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Abaddon, and Thunder Rosa in some sort of multi,
that's so sick.
rather than just Abaddon and Julia.
Terrible.
For a pay-per-view, I don't know. And when it comes to Stat and Willow, they moved down 1, but they both won in a tag match, but they didn't do anything
That's not singles.
No, I know, but they didn't do anything to, like, fall off or, who else moved up? Nobody else really competed.
No, I agree.
Riho, I threw her on there. She debuted, came back. She got a win. And now it looks like she's primed for a title shot, so she'll probably end up moving up when she beats Saraya next week. For For what it's worth.
2 matches. That's all she needs to get a title shot. Crazy.
All right, well, that's nothing new in AEW. But,
or wrestling in general.
Or wrestling in general. That's 2 more than most get.
Yeah, Randy Orton has even. Oh, you just did. I was gonna say Randy Orton hasn't even wrestled a match and he wanted a title shot.
Logan Paul just comes out and goes, "Hey,
how dare
Rey
you,
Mysterio!" And then
Ruby, of course, is still alive. I believe Ruby just lost to Rio, which is another reason why I'm upset.
Yes, Ruby is still alive.
But her destination is unknown.
And you know what? And again, it's true. Are any of our destinations ever known?
Oh God,
getting deep here. You know what though? And again, going back to kind of what I said about the Swerve and Danielson thing, like Tony and Riho. To be fair, I've only wrestled each other like once. Tony and Saraya just fought each other back in September when we saw it live. So it's like,
yeah, but that wasn't timeless.
Yes, it was. It was.
Was she timeless?
She wasn't fully into it, but she was kind of
she was like, yeah,
she was
starting
right
to get
there.
away from the.
She was doing the washed up.
No, that I know.
Either
she
way,
still wasn't timeless.
Either way,
but agreed. Probably anyone else. I just don't care about Rio.
That's fair.
It doesn't.
Did you used to like her? Or you never liked it. You never liked her.
You know, I don't know if it was the belt or her, but like from the beginning, I just never got with the whole Rio push.
Okay.
Do you like her or Sheeta?
Sheeta.
You would say that.
Holy Sheeta. All right. Now for the men's. I did it. I pulled the trigger. I bumped down Swerve. He lost to Mox.
Yeah.
That was enough for me. I was waiting. Gave me a reason. And I stubbornly moved up Joe to 1, even though he did nothing.
That's what I was going to ask for.
Yeah.
I still think Joe belongs at 3.
Yeah. You know what, though?
Swerve should have moved down because Moxley beat him.
But Joe's got the title match.
But he hasn't done.
But what are they going to do? Is like I'm worried.
Match.
I'm worried Swerve's about to just get passed over here. That lost to Mox. If he doesn't make the finals of the Continental, what are they doing with him?
But same thing. You could say the same thing
for
about Jay
World's
White.
End or just in general.
But Jay White's 4. We're talking.
Well,
we're talking about the former number 1. You're right. You're right. My apologies.
Well, what's next for him? I mean, it looks like it's going to be Keith Lee finally.
But
yes, because he's him.
But my point is,
waiting for that.
My point is, Swerve beat Adam Page to get the main event spot.
Mm-hmm.
Him fighting Keith Lee is going backwards, in my opinion.
Well, I think the point of it is that I get what you're saying. I get it because they waited this long and now they're kind of revisiting it.
He's not going to go for the TNT.
Well, I think the point of that though was to prove that he can be in the main event spot, but not to put him right away because he wasn't going to win the belt right away. So why push him right to the main event just to lose it?
I'd like to think the point of it is to make Lee get elevated to Strickland's level now that Swerve's up where he is.
Which is crazy.
I get what you're thinking.
Which would have been a great, if they really wanted to do that, Lee could have beaten Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor television title.
Crazy, right?
I'm with you.
Nuts.
You know I'm with you on that.
Nuts.
I am.
Preaching to the choir,
I have no complaints on that
It
one.
just feels like we're doing a lot of this to get there.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right up. Oh,
yeah. And then number 5 was tough because I took Brody out, and then I had Andrade in.
But then he lost.
But then Claudio beat Andrade. So
and
Claudio
I agree.
So Claudio gets number 5 spot. No tag matches last week, so no movement there. Although we may know that Omega is out, but in terms of on TV and the story, they haven't talked about it yet. They haven't announced anything yet.
I was gonna say.
Remember,
I was gonna say because on Rampage, Rampage they were talking like.
So
yeah,
that will change.
Which was hilarious. Because literally that's the day they announced it, and then Jericho's like, "I can't wait to kick his ass with Kenny Omega."
Oh, I don't know if we missed this one. He wrote Destination mid card for Killer Tomato. Before.
Oh,
wow.
Dang! Shots fired at Ruby.
I mean,
that's not fair.
That's a little too high for her.
Jeez. All right. So Omega and Jericho will change once they make an announcement of what they do. Just to put it out there, I think I may have told you, but not you. I think what they should do, the best call, put Jericho with your favorite, Ibushi, for that match.
No, you did write it in the group.
Oh, I did write it to you? Okay, yeah, because Jericho needs somebody else.
And I went and threw up in the toilet when I read it and didn't respond.
To be honest with you, as much as that sucks, because Ibushi isn't what it used to be, that is the best in terms of storyline.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do... The only thing what I think they may also do...
What, Sammy Guevara?
They could call them the Golden Showers.
Well, we already got the Golden Lovers, so yeah, I wouldn't... Either way, I think what they could do to spice it up, if they don't know what they're doing with Ibushi, they could easily throw Hobbs and Takeshita into it and do like a 3-way tag to spice it up or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's what I thought.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then trios. Got some movement, has some trios matches.
Top Line and Andretti have been on a little bit of a roll.
I mean,
yeah, they're basically the challenge for the titles on
they
Collision,
are
right?
Yeah,
Yep,
they
on
are
Wednesday.
going to be next week.
On Wednesday, they're challenging.
This week.
And then from there, I moved up everybody one through OC and the Von Erichson.
I'd like to mention that
It'll be short-lived, but it'll be all right.
OC has been on this list every week with a different two.
Yes, he has been. Yeah.
Which I wrote. They need to give him a storyline. Great. He's doing his little open challenge and all this little fun stuff. But now let's get him back into a real story again and
yeah.
Let's do something with him.
At first, I thought Lee was talking about him. Maybe
I was
like, okay, maybe
gonna be
Lee and
hyped
OC.
about that.
Maybe they're gonna bring somebody in like a.
I do like Swerve though. It makes sense. They need to finish that story. They finally did everything else around it. But it just. Yeah,
who did Lee chase down at the end of Collision? I forget. Not chase down, but someone was leaving after an interview. Then Lee came in. Who was it?
Oh, Brian Cage and them because he was telling them about him.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
The Acclaimed are back. We didn't really talk about that
because they didn't really.
I think they handled it perfect. Though.
It was just a backstage promo. That was
now, but now Damn It, Max is dead.
Yep.
The whole Loverboy MJF thing looks like it's gone. They pivoted. They're like, nope, course correct.
Yes.
And it was good that they took the break because you let it kind of die down a little bit.
And it gives them they seem like they have an edge for now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're off the comedy thing.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Happy they're back.
Let me see a little more before I get off of my hill.
So that's all I have about what do you call it?
Oh, and Rush's
AEW.
turnbuckle move is stupid.
Oh, the knees?
Yeah, I hate it.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Just do a Bronco Buster. If you're gonna do a stupid move in the turnbuckle, just do a
Stupid.
Bronco Buster.
You stupid head.
Stupid moves. How about it, WWE? How do we feel about WWE this week?
I loved it.
What's your favorite thing?
Carmelo got attacked by the same guy as the other guy, and they think that they know who attacked him by the way they hit him.
The one thing he says is NXT, which neither of us watch.
I was gonna say,
I know that's NXT, but
none of that happened on SmackDown.
Nothing. All right, we should give Matt the NXT report going forward. You have to watch that.
Did you like that? The Carmelo got attacked by the guy, and they agreed it was the other guy that hit him because of the way that he hit.
That sounds about right. I did like that.
None of that.
Oh, and some girl slammed Otis.
Nice.
And they're like replace.
Wasn't that 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
Well, you weren't here. And
so
they're
like
fair.
replace the Hogan slam with this.
Oh my god.
I was there. Were you there when Maxine or whoever, what was it, Lash Legend? I don't remember who it was. I know you're talking about.
Lash Legend.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start SmackDown because it's the shortest. It sucked. It was the worst. I'm over SmackDown. I don't care about the Bloodline. I still hate that Jimmy's in the Bloodline. Literally the one. I don't even want to put a finger right now because you guys.
Tribal Air.
The one thing I liked about SmackDown was the backstage damage control segment. That's all I'm liking about SmackDown is damage control. I'm also very sad.
We'll go back to it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm also very sad. Not sad. It sucks for the story that Charlotte got hurt. Because I feel like the story kind of gets a little fucked up now.
Did you guys see the injury? What she ended up with?
It got
like her knee just. And then she strained her neck too. So they're saying 9 months, but that sounds like a year.
Yeah.
I mean, if Aaron Rodgers come back in 3.
Charlotte taking the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's chilling with Andrade and Ray.
Different injuries.
She's drinking the Woo energy drinks.
I hate it.
Get back quicker.
So yeah, I don't know if you have anything on SmackDown, but literally
was
that's the only
was
thing
that
I
where
can think of
AJ
that was
returned?
good.
Yes.
SmackDown with
yes.
AJ. So you didn't even like that?
I do have. Yeah.
You hated the AJ.
I guess I missed it.
It was the very end of the show. Did you turn it off?
Probably.
AJ Styles is back.
I missed that.
Wow.
Because I didn't care about the Randy Orton match. I didn't watch the end of it. No, that's literally it. Randy Orton match was happening. I was like, this match sucks.
AJ Styles is
Turned
back.
it off. That sucks. I missed AJ Styles return. You see how much you suck, SmackDown?
And he returned as a heel.
Well, so okay, yeah, Matt, you want to take the reins on this one?
That's as much as he knows.
I will take the reins.
That's all you know.
Okay.
I'll jump in.
I saw a Twitter video of LA Knight doing something. I didn't have the volume on, so I don't know what he was talking about. And he turned around and AJ Styles hit him. And AJ Styles was wearing black jeans, which means those are his heel pants.
Wait. I'm confused.
Should I tag in? Tag me in.
Yeah,
tag me
in.
in. All right, I'm in. So, Roman and all of them are beating down Randy, beating down LA Knight. Styles comes out. Music hits. Where is he? He comes out through the crowd. He's on the apron. He jumps up, gives the phenomenal forearm to Roman, beats the shit out of all the Usos. He's fighting, not the Usos, but Solo and Jimmy and all them. all the faces stand tall. Yay, yay! Music's hitting. We're ending the show. All of a sudden, AJ just grabs LA Knight and bam, fucking decks LA Knight. Doesn't touch Randy. Randy and AJ stand there, and then that's how the show ends. So he's
a little bit like TNA run.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Apparently, that music isn't owned by Impact. It's like copyrighted. Like they can. So if they make that his theme, his old school AJ theme from Impact,
That
was in the
fucking dope.
in the greatest theme song tournament, which you should go check out at our link tree down here below. It's on our YouTube, the Greatest Songs Tournament. Check that out. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That'd be dope. I'm so mad I missed that. That's how bad SmackDown was.
Yeah, and it seems like it's gonna be cool because like they're gonna probably.
I'm mad that you knew.
Yeah, if you didn't say it, I was gonna bring it up, so it's all good.
Sorry to spoil it.
No, thank you.
Well, speaking of spoilers, also next week they already taped next week's episode. So
SmackDown?
Yeah, so next week I'm not lying. He's looking at me like I'm joking.
No, I know they did. What happened? I'm like scared.
Well, it
It
seems like they're building up, or at least teasing. They want to do a 4-way at the Rumble, but they're not going to do that. They're going to do a 3-way at the next SmackDown with the 3 of them: AJ, LA, and Randy. Winner then faces Roman, which it's going to probably be Randy, and then LA and AJ are going to fight now,
or maybe go in the Rumble.
Or probably Rumble. But they'll fight there. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then my last few notes on SmackDown. If you missed it, Corey Graves. Did you hear what Corey?
I missed it.
So Corey Graves, at one point during the Kevin Owens Grayson Waller match, or whoever he fought, Carmelo. No, it was Grayson.
No, he faced Grayson.
Or
No.
Theory.
He faced Theory. Grayson faced Carmelo.
At one point, Corey was talking about Kevin. He's like, "Oh, Kevin Owens is just running around backstage punching people in the face. Can I just say I feared for my life, the safety of my life, backstage with him like that?" I'm like, "Wow, going after Tony." Going after TK through Corey Graves, I loved it.
Week after that Punk promo, bro.
It was so
perfect.
good.
It was perfect.
I also didn't like how they opened the show. I don't know if you noticed what they did. So they opened with the Bloodline, everyone coming out. Roman does this fucking shtick, and then Randy Orton's music hits. Randy Orton's coming out, and as Randy Orton's coming out, they go to commercial.
I hate when they do that.
And then they came back, and they're all still just standing there, and then Randy starts talking.
So
What the fuck?
For 3 minutes.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He just stood there.
And even if he did something...
Fans recorded it and put it online.
Stood there.
He just stood there. They waited while Randy's music played. It's fucking dumb. So 2 more points I have, and then we can move back.
I'd be so mad as a fan just watching that shit. For like 3 minutes, just like, say something!
So I have 2 more points, and then we can move on to the Devil segment that we skipped.
And then go back to
and then we can...
Gotcha.
Yep. So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Tony Khan announced for next week's episode of ROH, they're debuting another title, the ROH Women's TV Championship. So I don't know if you guys also saw Athena beat Billy Starks.
So who's gonna win it? Like Saraya?
No.
So this way Saraya could be on AEW with the title and never on ROH.
I would like to think no, but who knows? But yeah, Athena. I'm shocked Athena beat Billy though.
That's awesome. Good for Athena.
So Athena rolls on.
I really wish Athena was in AEW. I really liked Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day, Tony said.
Maybe. And then my last point is I wanted to know if do you guys like Speed? What are your thoughts on Speed?
Keanu Reeves or the drug?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Speed?
I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that. I'm a DOE teacher.
What are your thoughts on Speed? Any opinions?
Great movie.
You tell me, Susan Edelman, what are my thoughts on Speed?
Well, I don't know if you guys know this out there in Twitch land, but WWE began implementing something new at their recent SmackDown tapings called WWE Speed. Bless you. And bless you. That's all you get. WWE Speed. Now what they're doing is they're not airing, I don't know if they're airing these yet, but they're doing 5-minute specific timed matches between people. So they'll put like Bronson Reed and Shinsuke Nakamura out there. 5 minutes, and you have to go out there and you beat the clock. It's just a way to get like a quick less than 5 minute match out there for the crowd, I guess.
Are they doing this like between commercial breaks?
I don't know when they were doing it.
That's what they did while Randy was waiting.
Roman gets out, get out! But like they had like up graphics and everything called WWE Speed with a 5-minute timer like slapped all over the arena, and then they wrestled.
Weird.
It was so bizarre, and I don't know what I
didn't notice.
It was televised?
No.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't televised.
Yeah.
I don't think they're airing. I think it's strictly just for home crowds. We'll see. But some people are saying this could be a way for them to get into like the TikTok market Of like, I'm serious, like putting like a quick
Yeah, a quick match on
something
TikTok.
up on social.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I just wanted to see your thoughts on Speed. That's all I got.
Doesn't sound like I like it.
Do they have to wrestle at a certain speed, or they blow up if they go below?
Ooh, they shoot exploding death wire every time.
Oh my God.
Barbed wire. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
all I got.
Let's look at the devil rankings.
Let's bring them up. Let's see.
Devil.
We're almost there, maybe. Who knows?
So yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, last week when I wasn't here,
You got soft when you weren't here.
I got soft.
I don't know.
And you put him too low.
I was down to 1.
I know.
You saw
too low.
you saw I had Adam Page at 0 though.
I did. That was hilarious.
No shot.
And
No
guess
shot.
what? And guess what happened the next week?
And then you weren't even here, and we're just like,
I
how do
don't
we
know.
explain this? Let's get into the mind of Matt.
So yeah, I'm pretty convinced
Whoa.
it's Adam Cole.
Yo, Gangrel with the fart.
Wow.
Dang. Keep it in. All right.
It's Adam Cole,
Ooh.
but I think there's a 5% chance it's Adam Cole and MJF. I saw a very convincing
Oh.
Twitter thread saying that they're sharing duties as the devil.
Doing like a scream thing.
That'd be
I think you
great.
sent that, right?
Yeah.
That would make more sense if it was him and Roderick Strong doing the Scream thing than MJF. But I wouldn't want that either.
I don't think.
It would be Britt Baker. if they were doing
'Cause
the Scream thing.
you know what it is though? Like MJF was hit with the glass bottle, but there was no blood. And AEW shows blood. You know what I'm saying?
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing with like I hear you, but like when I'm thinking of this moment, this reveal,
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta
someone.
be one person.
Well, yeah, but also somebody has to be impacted by it in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Cole reveals himself. That's a betrayal on MJF.
Yep.
Life shattered. If you do both of them, like,
Who
who's
did they
getting
fuck?
hit with that? Like, who's, you know what I mean? Who's going to be the one that's like reacting to that moment?
True.
Because the
That's
only
the only
person
thing
that-
I'm thinking of.
No,
I'm
because
sure
the only
from
person they've
perspective.
attacked is MJF, and anyone who recently became close with him. It's not like he had like friends for a long time that they've been attacking or taking off or anything like that. They've recently become close with him, so like not affecting anyone in that sense either. So no, I agree with that. That makes sense.
What if it's two people?
I wouldn't mind 2 people.
And it's like-
it has to hit the right person, I think.
It's Jungle Boy with the other
Stop.
guy on his shoulders. And
Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
It's,
And they open up the coat.
it's been the trench coat bit all along where they're just walking around like this. Hello, Miss Lady. 2 tickets, please, to the movies. Like little rascals.
Marco Stunt's been gone for a while.
Yeah, because he got fired.
What?
Yeah.
He got let go.
He didn't get fired. Yeah, his contract ended. They didn't renew.
That's kind of rude.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, but guess who's been trademarking Jungle Boy and Jurassic Express? They're coming back.
It's
All
so
right.
funny.
We'll see.
No, it's Adam Cole.
It has. I mean,
I still want to figure out how Wardlow fits in though, because he's definitely one of the minions.
and I don't
He's
want it to be.
100%
It
one of
doesn't
the
make
men.
So
sense.
I saw something.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see how it fits, but
Doesn't
it's
make
definitely
sense.
I
him.
saw something online today. I don't believe it, but I want to put it into the ether for us to see. So
Jake Hager.
no. So somebody
I feel bad for him, but
somebody theorized that it's
Bitch around by Dan House.
these 2 wrestlers. There's Richard Holiday and Alex Hammerstone. You never heard of them before.
No.
They used to work in MLW with MJF before he broke out. They're
Okay.
part of his like upbringing and like learning and whatnot. Somebody theorized and put out there that they think it could be them or involved with MJF to like be like his past and like helping.
Mhm.
I don't think that's the thread, but somebody put it out there and I was like, that could be interesting. As
Mhm.
like the
It's probably-
goons,
it's
but not the
probably gonna
devil.
be-
My only issue with that is people will be like, "Who?"
It's not gonna be, it's
I'm
not
with
gonna
you.
be a Wardlow,
I'm with
but
you.
it's just so
I'm with
annoying.
you, but yeah, because Alex Hammerstone's kind of a big dude. He can beat that Wardlow
Yeah.
bill. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Ryback.
Get the fuck out.
That was Ryback.
I would burn the
No,
Nassau.
it
I would
was-
burn the Nassau
I
Coliseum.
literally wouldn't watch AEW anymore if they hired Ryback.
I don't
I
think
swear to God, and I love it.
I don't think
I'd
I'd
be
make
so
it to
mad.
2024.
All right,
But yeah,
so-
that's all I got.
Raw, real quick. Let's shoot
Oh.
through some shots for Raw.
Can I say my
If you-
favorite moment of the
Go
week?
ahead.
I don't. Maybe it was last week. I forget, but it was CM Punk greeting everybody backstage,
Mhm.
and he went to Kofi and he talks in Jamaican accent, and he's like, "I don't do that anymore."
Yeah, you're Jamaican me crazy.
No more.
Nah, man, no more. And like the way he said, it was like, all right, anyway, next.
And then he's like, "Oh, Ricochet, you suck at games." I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
That was so fucking funny.
I have
no.
no notes on Raw, so whatever.
I don't
you
know
wanna
why.
say-
I liked Raw. Raw was good, man.
Hold on.
Drew versus.
I just got. They're saying I'm the devil.
Why is it Matt? You know,
Smart.
Matt's the one poking
He's in other. Matt's in other.
I'm in other.
Yeah, Matt's covered
I don't
in
know
other.
why I'm
Hold
3%.
on.
But
Because
Do I
you're
do
the
a good devil?
ooh.
No.
I'm convinced.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why you didn't like Raw. I thought Raw was
It's not
pretty
that I
good
didn't
this
like
week.
it. I just didn't really take notes.
All right, Drew versus Jay was great. I thought that was a really good match. I like the story they're doing with Drew a lot. R-Truth is comedy gold again. If you haven't seen anything, just look up.
He's doing like the
New
stuff
Day
with the
stuff.
Judgment.
It's really
the
funny.
Judgment
Judgment
Day.
Day. I don't know why I said New Day. Judgment Day. Really, really fucking funny. Punk's promo was really good. Him and Rollins finally kind of going like a little face to face
Yeah,
with the
it
stuff
was a
and
good start.
announcing.
You can't do everything.
Of course.
You can't unload the chamber.
No, not at all. That's why I said it was really good. I know you're not gonna like this. Bronson Reed versus Ivar was a very good match.
That's cool. I didn't watch the
I
second
know.
of it.
I know you don't like them, but like two big guys who are like actually moving around a lot. You missed, and you definitely missed Michael Cole. I told you already. Michael Cole forgot. You know how Gargano and Ciampa are DIY.
Oh yeah.
He forgot their tag team name, so they were doing a backstage promo, and he was like very emphatic about it. He was like, "And next up, we'll see who teams with D-Y-I," and then Barry Wyatt was like DIY, and they cut to commercial. So when they come back for the match, Barry's just like, "And Michael Cole, it's your favorite team. Do it. Do yourself it." And I was just like fucking dying. I was like, good. That's why we both cut him last week in our WWE cuts.
Did you cut Cole?
Michael Cole.
You both
That was
cut
like the
Cole.
first one.
Michael Cole, baby.
You missed it. There were two male wrestlers he thought were females. He put their names on the female cuts.
Right.
I'm like, why you put them there? They ain't females.
No, I think they were
Zion Quinn and Sangha.
Yeah. No, he's
Zion Quinn's a girl?
No, they're both guys.
See?
But he
So-
put them with the female
I
cuts.
don't
I was like, what are you
know.
doing?
And then
Either
the Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke match, that was the good first match in their little feud. I liked it.
Yeah.
So I think Raw's getting a lot better each week. I keep saying it, so.
Usually
That was another good
the
Raw.
less notes I had, the better the show was. So
Totally
that's,
fair.
Because you were more enthralled. Yeah.
Totally
that's usually my go-to. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah,
Why?
that's all I got.
Oh,
Cool.
I can't wait for Raw to be on TNT.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts.
We'll see about that.
I don't know how that's gonna
AEW on YouTube
I
TV.
still think it's going. I still think Raw's going to Amazon Prime. That's still my
Good. Then I'll watch it less.
You can
All
love
right.
Raw.
I know, but fuck them. And with that note, fuck Raw, fuck
Whoa!
Andrade.
Hey,
Let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back with the Juicy 50.
see you in a few.
We're going to do a real quick speed.
Speed.
Real quick speed.
You got some speed?
Was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to go to our Juicy 50, but before that, I want to see if we get Juicy a little upset. With a little say something nice.
Nah, it's Christmas time. I'm in the holiday spirit.
So let's see.
I'm at a point I don't think anything can really bother me this time of year.
He says that.
I'm feeling the holiday cheer.
I hope it's like Ryback.
This is gonna be
I
nice
feel like
and
you
easy.
know it's coming.
I really don't. I never do.
I'm not really too worried right now, guys.
Let's see who we got.
This is the time to spread love and cheer and happiness all around. All right.
That's not a bad one.
See? I can work
That's
with
a
it. He's
pretty
got like
easy
red
one.
and green a little bit. He's got all the colors.
Yeah. All right.
Say something nice. He was my
Ultimate
favorite wrestler
Warrior.
as a child.
Is he really?
Yeah, I loved him. When he beat Hulk Hogan, that was my favorite moment as a child watching.
This had to be one of you.
I didn't dislike him as a child. I more dislike him as an adult and everything he became.
Everything he represents to his core as a human being.
Literally, what we found out about him.
Fun fact, I was at his last Raw.
Oh, the night after Mania?
That was a crazy
that's nuts.
promo, especially because like he died. Like that
He
was
died
just
like
nuts.
a day later.
Not even like 12 hours.
Like hours later.
Crazy.
New Orleans will kill you. Literally.
Wow.
I'll say. I will say that I did enjoy. I did enjoy WrestleMania 6. Correct? That was the WrestleMania that he beat Hogan. Yes,
Yeah.
6. So I did enjoy watching that pay-per-view and seeing that main event. That was a cool passing of the torch. I just wish that like it was a real passing of the torch. I wish that he.
Yeah. Well then, he got greedy.
Yeah. Got greedy and got a little crazy.
the downfall of the Ultimate
Got a little
Warrior.
crazy. And then I was really happy when he came back in WCW, and that was very short-lived. I was hyped for a day, and then the next week he came back, and I was like, this is going to be awful. I knew then, as a child, it was going to be terrible.
Warrior screwed the Warrior.
Dang. So he was before my time. I didn't really get to watch him growing up as a kid. My experience was really just like watching like in the past and like watching like promos and matches that happened back when they did, not live in the moment. So the nice thing I can say about him, his promos were absolutely unhinged and in a great way. The energy when he ran out, just taking the ropes, charisma was dope. I loved watching his promos and the shit that he came up with and just said it's hysterical. So,
And if it wasn't for him, there'd be no Sting.
ow! I'm alright with that. Let's go. By the way, I hope Sting wrestles, man. I don't think he's wrestling at World's End.
I know.
But whatever. We can move on.
Maybe he'll be Jericho's partner. I'd love that.
That would make no sense.
It would make no sense. I would just love it. Just because I get to see Sting.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. To make no sense, I'd be down with that. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do it. Give Jericho
If it's not going to be Ibushi, and it's going to be something that makes no sense,
give
him
Jericho the sweaty ass Sting makeup.
He come out as the Painmaker.
Yeah, there you go.
They're gonna do it. Let's go. Let's go.
The Sting maker.
Bushi out, Sting in. All right, so that's it for Say Something Nice.
All right, so I'm very excited to see this because I have not looked at your top 50.
So,
we getting the hard stuff?
Whoa.
So are we gonna be? All right, there you go. So for those of you
They can
that,
see us?
yes, they can see us. So let me walk you through this. So if you're not familiar, which as a wrestling fan I feel like you probably are, there's something called the PWI 500, Pro Wrestling Illustrated 500. Every year they rank top 500 wrestlers, only males, and then I think they do a list of 150 females.
Sexes.
Split, and their range for those names is usually from like June of one year to like July of the next year. So when they do it, it's like, oh, the PWI 500 of this year, but it's never really like that year. It's like half the year. That always bugs me. I don't like it. So I decided I'm going to do my own list, a smaller version, the Juicy 50 of men and females mixed together. And it's a little, tighter list, and it actually contains just this calendar year of 2023. So
Because we do things right here at Sharpshooters.
that's right. We do it right. So
Half-assedly right.
whole ass. So the way that this works is I've been working on this list for about a month now. It was originally 100 names.
Yes.
I did cut it down to 50,
We got him to.
and then from there I moved the rankings around and moved people up and down. So a lot of it, the criteria is based on the amount of matches they had in the year, their win-loss record, how many wins they had versus the losses, accolades, titles won, notable matches that they had, and also overall just vibes on their presence and legacy they'll leave on the year 2023. When you look back, you're like, nah, they're known for that year. Like that was their year or something. So a lot of factors weighing in here.
Question.
Yeah, go for it.
Damn, I forgot my question because I let you keep going.
Sorry.
I'll remember it. Keep going.
All right, so
Oh, I remembered it.
let's go.
When was this? Is January 1st to what's the end date?
Basically now,
Okay.
like I updated the win loss
December
record.
31st.
Juiciness, yeah, the juiciness.
The juicy.
Welcome to the juiciness. I appreciate it. So
All right, so let's see.
It's basically up until now. So let's start with number. Oh, and by the way, if you all have any thoughts, obviously as we go along, if you think they're higher or lower,
Oh, we're gonna have thoughts.
shouldn't even be on the list, let me know. Also, you in the comments, let me know if you disagree or agree or not. And the one thing I want to make sure I say, this is the top 50 wrestlers of the year. Everybody on this list, in my opinion, is a winner. Seriously, just because they're at number 50 or 45 and not number 1, doesn't mean they had a shitty year. Everybody here had a fucking great year, in my opinion.
Participation.
All winners.
Yeah. Moisture
What
rating.
we got here? Moisture rating. Ooh, I should have done moisture ratings next year. Next year's Juicy 50. We'll throw some moisture scales on there. All right, let's get it going. Number 50.
I don't like that.
Three drops.
Sky Blue. Number 50.
Now known as Sky Black.
Now potentially known as Sky Black. But we have 28 and 24 record in 2023. 23. She had a growth year as far as I'm concerned. The most female matches in AEW amongst all the women. Her notable matches for the year were Athena in Ring of Honor, Toni Storm on Dynamite multiple times, and Chris Statlander and Julia Hart at Full Gear for the TBS title.
We gotta add some pictures next year.
That's the moisture scale.
Yeah, well, either way,
I don't know how moisture.
I'm pretty sure we all know who Sky Blue is and all who his names are, but I try to do my best at least with the color coding, and
You got someone like Tomato on there that doesn't know everyone on this list.
it's all right. Well, he will now. Either way, let's move on. We'll go to number 49. Saraya.
This is gonna be a fucking trippy ass list, everyone. Get ready. I did not expect this.
Saraya at 49 from AEW, 8 and 6 in the year. Not a lot of matches.
I
but,
don't need pictures.
I need pictures.
See, some people are visual learners, some people are audible learners. You should know this, Daniel.
Yeah, but you see what you've done to him. He can't even talk now because all your colors have messed with him.
Listen.
Look how he typed. I need pictures. What does that
Kill a
mean?
tomato, done, do words, use good.
He doesn't
So,
even spell pictures right.
Either way, Saraya, she won the women's title in All In her hometown.
Yes.
Which
was dope.
Yeah, she only held it for a month and a half, not a long reign, but I
Not
felt
dope.
like that win alone is something to get her at least deserving on the list. Notable matches were with Jamie and Ruby at Revolution. Hold on, colors are way too
Too
bright.
bright, scary.
Scary me. Don't worry, we'll move on shortly.
Agreed.
Tony and Sheeta at All In the 4-way, and then Tony at Grand Slam.
All right, get this color off my screen.
All right.
Whoa.
Up next,
Speaking of the Ultimate Warrior,
at
Juicy
48.
boy.
Yeah, Juice Robinson.
Yeah, right. If anyone influenced by the Ultimate Warrior.
So yeah, we have 20 and 8 record in 2023. He formed the Bullet Club in April with Jay White. Some notable matches: FTR and Punk on Collision. The trios match with Jay White and Joe. That was the first main event.
Yeah, that was
They did
dope.
on Collision, and also their match with FTR on Collision, the 2 out of 3 falls, which is probably my tag match of the year. The one that went like 56 minutes. I thought that one was dope. We got the one with Paige, Omega, and Ibushi at All In, the trios with White and Takeshita, and his match with MJF on Dynamite for the Diamond Ring.
Oh yeah, that was a good
I
match.
thought all those are good ones. Also, a good thing to bring up, just so you all know, we plan on doing next month the Shooty Awards, which are our awards celebrating the year of 2023 in wrestling. So if anything, I figured this was a good little sneak preview or refresher for everybody. Because I noticed a lot of times people will be like, oh, I forgot that happened in January, or that happened in February of the year.
or that happened last week.
Or that happened last week. So I figured this is a good way to kind of recap and refresh some matches and people that should get some love in 2023. So let's move on to number 47.
Oscar.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Back up one.
Trish Stratus
Oh.
at number 47.
Got it. Oh wow, she made the list.
She made the list. She didn't do much, but it's 3-4-1. I think she had an impact on the year with her feud with Becky alone. Lasted about 5 months, almost half the year. Competed in her first ever Money in the Bank match. And notable matches, like I said, with Becky at Night of Champions and Payback. Also the Money in the Bank match.
Killer Tom's upset with
The
the.
guy's literally juicing out the juiciest.
He's not the juiciest. Sorry, he's juicy though. He's on the 50.
He's one juice.
Yeah, he also got hurt. He missed a few months. So, that's the thing too. He wasn't really around the first 4, and then the last like 2 or 3 hasn't been around. So he didn't have a full year.
As far as Trish goes, though,
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to
Trish's
Trish.
birthday today?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
I think it's also Stone Cold's.
Yes, it is. Happy birthday. Is he on the Juicy
not,
50?
he's not.
Friend of the show, yes.
Oh, he's gonna be on this list.
He would have been last year, not this year.
I will say Trish is one of those things where, like you were saying before, you think of like 2023. It's like, oh yeah, that's the year Trish came back. Like that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So for sure, I do believe she belongs on the list.
Yeah, not a great record, but I think being in the Money in the Bank match, the cage match was really good. Her feud with Becky was pretty. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked the feud with Becky.
Was Trish on Matt's Puppies team?
I don't think Trish was
I don't
on
think
here.
she was draftable.
Trish was not draftable.
She was not. That's right. She never did a Survivor Series
She was
match.
not draftable.
So she
Or
couldn't be
else-
drafted.
Or else Jerry Lawler would have drafted her.
That would have been number 1 pick.
Puppies!
I think of the draft for Jerry Lawler's puppy
Probably
team.
had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to number 46.
Our producer looks like he's like
All
doing
right.
some shots. Or
Now
something.
we got Asuka.
No one's ready for Asuka.
So we have 14-7-3. She won the Elimination Chamber, the challenge for a Raw title at Mania. She won the Raw Women's title at Night of Champions. Only held it for 2 months after that. Joined Damage Control in November. No one is ready, as always. And her notable matches, I wrote the Elimination Chamber and the 2 matches with Becky. So, I don't think she really had the hottest year. Like she had a good Mania season. But after Mania, like she didn't really do anything like too
I was gonna
crazy. I
ask,
don't
is
know.
she still good? Because when I was watching, she was undefeated, unbeatable, and now I feel like they don't book her that way anymore.
She's
Or
still
they
good, but they
She
definitely don't
She
book
can
her.
still be that person. They just don't allow her to be. And that's what I was gonna say. It's sad that she's so deservedly low on the list because of how they book her.
Yeah.
And honestly, any year besides like her first year at NXT, this is like around where she's ranked every year because that's what they do to her, which is so sad. They save her for like a big feud for the big pay-per-views, give her nothing in between, give her no real substance, no real storyline, and they just kind of like use her almost as a passing of the torch, which is so annoying because she's not at that age yet. She's still such a good talent.
I'm surprised you didn't put her higher just for taking Charlotte out for 10 months.
She didn't take Charlotte out. Charlotte
was-
took herself out.
I thought she was
I don't
facing
think
Asuka though, right?
She was, but she went to like do a moonsault and like
Oh, it was the moonsault? I thought it was the top
Killed
rope.
herself.
I thought it was the top rope.
It was the rope. It was the rope when she was coming off. I think she was doing like.
I thought they were doing the superplex off the top rope. They
no.
fell
No,
weird.
wasn't Asuka on the floor and she was gonna do something? Yeah, Asuka was laying down and she was gonna like do some move off top and just eat it.
Yeah.
Got
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Asuka should always be higher in my opinion. They just don't allow her to be. That's
All
very
right, let's move on along to number 45.
Jimmy Snuka. Oh. A lot of female heavy. Female heavy right now. Juice in the girls.
But also female hubby on the low end of the list. Sexy.
Well,
It's got that fat bottom list.
as I've
Trying
said,
to save him, so
as I've said so far, a lot of the reason these people are lower on the list is a lot of these talents are ones that were not around for the full year. Didn't really have a full year run. So Julia Hart, despite being 17-1, really didn't do anything until October.
yes,
Like,
that's fair.
She won a TBS title in November.
She
She's
was
the current
mainly
holder.
a manager.
Notable matches. She had a with Anna Jay. It was a no holds barred on I think a Rampage. Statlander in October, and then she fought Stat and Sky Blue at Full Gear. So again, good record. She won a TBS title. She's currently holding it. Good for her, but yeah, just not a full year. She didn't really do anything until October hit.
Okay.
So
I'm not complaining. I'm just making observations.
of course, and I factored those in when I was doing the list as well. I did notice that as well, but I wasn't going to move people up.
I'm just
Just to
making
balance
potential
men, women.
comments that people would make on the replay
or do
that they don't say
females,
to us
or do
live.
females make you most moist?
We'll see later. Wait till we get to the top 10. Either way, so yeah, we can move on now to number 44. Carmelo
Him.
Hayes.
I told Juice when Keith Lee was talking about him at first, I was like, it's a sign. He's signed with WWE, going after Carmelo Hayes.
So Carmelo, 18,
But now it's Swerve.
18-7-1 in 2023. He won the NXT title at Stand and Deliver. He held it for 6 months. 6 months. He's him, as we all know. Some notable matches. He fought Braun Breaker with Stand and Deliver, Ilya Dragunov. He fought him at Great American Bash, No Mercy, and Halloween Havoc. That trilogy of matches is pretty dope.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen it, try and check it out. It's probably on YouTube, one of them, if not all of them by now, or on Peacock.
Besides the attack, what do you know about Hayes?
Oh, him.
He's got glasses and cornrows. Doesn't he wear like
Oh, yeah,
sunglasses?
yeah.
That's fair.
And he's a black man.
I'm not too crazy how they're using him on SmackDown right now. I don't like the way they're like introducing him into the tournament and shit.
You want me to tell you how next week goes?
Who does he face?
Kevin Owens.
Oh, he loses.
You want me to tell you or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna spoil it for them?
Oh yeah, don't spoil it for them.
Spoiler alert for our viewers, but I told you.
I'm trying not to spoil it.
I hope you read my
With
mouth.
reaction.
Whatever.
I kind of did. I'm pretty sure I did.
I made it very obvious.
I'm pretty sure I did.
So yeah, I mean, I put him where I put him because NXT, it's a little bit on a lower scale, and I didn't see a full body of work. I really just saw whatever he did on the takeovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought he deserved to be on the list though for what he did this year. I mean, he held it for 8 months.
Him
6 months.
and Braun Breaker really were like the faces of NXT, and even though I didn't watch it, I still knew that just from like all the promo packages and everything that they put on there. So for sure deserves to be on the list.
So we can move on now to number
Next.
43. Keeping with the theme,
Wow!
I stuck with NXT.
Hulk Hogan theme over here.
We have Ilya Dragunov.
I like that one, Killer Tom.
Ilya Dragunov, 14-3-1. Won the NXT Championship at No Mercy from Carmelo Hayes. He won that on September 30th. He's the current holder. He's been holding it since. He wrote G's I'm Blind.
She's up live.
Some notable matches I wrote. He had the 5-way at Stand and Deliver, which was the WrestleMania weekend. Last Man Standing with Dijak. Carmelo Hayes, the trilogy as well. I put him higher, even though he's held the belt for a longer amount of time. Better win record, better body of work, I thought. I mean, he got the trilogy plus the Last Man in the 5-way.
No, I agree.
Carmelo didn't do as much outside of that, in my opinion. That's why Carmelo's there. I mean, Ilya's there. All right, we can move on to number 42. Edge / Adam Copeland.
Interesting.
At number
You think
42.
you know me?
You think you know me?
7-4 in the year. That's combined between both companies.
I will assume, yeah.
Is he the bad guy in Rocky 4 with those colors?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Well, that's his color scheme.
No.
Well, Tamato was asking. He signed with AEW in October. Notable matches. I mean, he had the Hell in a Cell with Finn. He fought. They had a great triple threat with Ray and AJ on SmackDown.
See, I forgot they had a Hell in a Cell match.
That was
Because there was the injury that they had to like cut it short.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he got like fucking cut up on his head or
Yeah.
something. That was when all the weapons were like purple and red colors and stuff.
Yeah.
So bad.
But yeah, the triple threat with Styles and Ray was awesome when they were doing the world title tournament thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus on SmackDown his last match, and then I wrote the match with Christian at Don Dynamite
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
And the match with Christian,
coming up.
that's this year, and you sure that'll be a banger. No
Oh, it-
DQ.
Oh, for sure. I can't
Hopefully
wait.
they don't use any ladders because ladders are stupid. But that's another subject. Continue.
Dang. So yeah, that's why I put him there. Again, didn't do too much, but I think he was significant enough with the matches he had, and the move alone earned him a spot on the list. So we can move on to 41.
Hey, your girl.
Karu Shida, 23-6 in 2023. She won the women's title in August on Dynamite. She held it for 3.5 weeks. Won the women's title for the second time in October on Dynamite. And then she, one thing I noted though, she wasn't on TV until May, so she didn't do anything for the first 5 months.
Yeah.
And
Was
then
she hurt or she went back to Japan?
just back in Japan. And then notable matches I wrote: the match with Toni Storm on the 200th episode where she won the belt, and then the one when she beat Soraya and won the belt again. So yeah, that's the only reason why I had a great record, but she wasn't on for like 5 months, so that's the only reason I knocked her.
Great.
Moving along,
Wrong one.
Chris Statlander.
This should be Riha.
Chris Statlander, we have returned to Double or Nothing to win the TBS Championship and end Jade Cargill's undefeated streak. Held it for 5 months after that. And then also a Ben Stiller cinematic enthusiast, as we all know, from her ring gear from the past few pay-per-views. And then notable matches with Jade Cargill at Double or Nothing, Ruby Soho at All Out, Britt Baker on Collision, Julia Hart at Wrestle Dream, and then the Full Gear Triple Threat.
Sweet.
So 24-3. I wanted to put her higher, but again, like
She was hurt for a while. Too.
yeah, she didn't do anything till May.
So-
Kinda like Sheeta.
So what is that? 41 to 50. That's like 40 to 50. Sorry, that's like 5 or 6 females already, right?
I think
Maybe
more.
something
like
I
that.
want to say it was like
But
7.
again, that's the problem. Like you look at it, like most of them are like they miss long stretches. That's kind of what put them where
No,
it put
it's
them.
it's crazy how much talent's there too that just
Yeah.
hasn't had the full year of it,
Yeah.
or in Oscar's case, just hasn't been used correctly.
Yeah. So we can move on to number 39 now. Willow Nightingale. What is this?
I don't know if she belongs higher than
She's
previous two.
No, she's a workhorse.
Well, here's the thing. 2014 record. She did a lot in Ring of Honor. She won the 2023 Owen. She won the inaugural NJPW Strong Women's title from Mercedes Moné. Held it for a month and a half.
She's gonna win the Ring of Honor Women's TV title.
Probably. Who knows? Probably. I'm sure she'll be in contention. She had the great street fight with Anna Jay and Ty Conti on Rampage in January, beginning of the year.
Street fight this past
She
weekend was
also
pretty
had
good
this-
too.
Yep, she also had the street fight this past Saturday. Mercedes Moné and Athena at Death Before Dishonor when a lot of people thought Willow was gonna win it.
Quick
Athena won.
tangent, you saw she almost missed the table on that powerbomb.
Yeah, that was
That
crazy.
was close. That was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right,
Onward.
38.
Jamie Hayter.
All right, now this is
Again.
getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but again,
No,
though,
I've been
think
waiting
about
for
it.
her.
Like, how many guys? Like, are there any guys on this?
Well, not a lot of
Him.
guys missed half the list.
It's him.
Not a lot of guys missed half. There's a
No,
mentality.
like I guarantee she would
No,
have been
another one.
top
oh yeah,
If
20
she didn't
if
get
she didn't
hurt.
get hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. The way
Oh,
she's
yeah.
going this year.
that's the thing. She began the year as women's champion, held it till Double or Nothing. She was injured before that match, lost it in like an awkward
Mhm.
match to Tony.
When does she come up as the Joker at World's End?
Maybe I don't know how. I don't know what her condition is. She could be better, but
She's been gone at for a while.
She's the devil.
Oh man, it's all women. I won't be surprised.
That was Tamina, who I thought was Wardlow.
All right, I'm out again.
Yeah, and then Riho, and then Ruby and Saraya. But
Yeah, fuck Rio.
yeah, moving on.
What the fuck?
L.A.
John, how do you
Knight.
expect people to be able to read this at home?
They can read it.
John,
Yes, they can.
that's crazy.
I can read it. It's all there. All right, either way, L.A. Knight, 21-14 in 2023. Yeah. Notable matches. Yeah, with Bray
A
Wyatt.
lot.
The Pitch Black match. Damian Priest and
Pitch Black
Santos.
slide.
Basically, the Money in the Bank match. The Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah.
The Payback match when he fought The Miz with Cena as ref. And then Roman Reigns and Crown Jewel. Now, the reason I am down this low, win-loss record isn't that great. And truthfully, like, up until the SummerSlam Battle Royal, he wasn't really, like, that
He didn't,
over
he
yet.
didn't catch on. The Bray
Like-
Wyatt stuff wasn't as much as they wanted it to be
And-
early on.
And I feel like he loses all his big matches.
Big matches.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, the Slim Jim Battle Royal was up where it was like, okay, big win, something's coming.
Yep.
And it kind of
Yeah,
took
they
off
pushed him
more.
to the storyline, but not to any
So,
like major.
I'd like to
wins.
think next year is going to be bigger for him. I feel like at this point it's a trajectory. He's going to beat
I think
Logan.
I think Randy Orton and Punk coming back screwed his trajectory.
Yeah, it did. But I think it... Well,
I think Cena coming back also screwed up with his. Even though Cena like
long term it hurt him. But I think
Yeah.
I think the plan right now is LA Knight's going to beat Logan Paul at Mania for the U.S. title. That's what I think they're going to
Okay.
do.
which I don't mind that at all.
So, but he should have won it like ages ago. But whatever.
Agreed.
That's why I put him there.
Cool.
You know, he
Alright.
had a good breakout year. So we can move on to number 36.
Juicebox keeps his women in the back near the kitchen.
Jeez. Don't worry, Red Velvet's not on the list. You gotta stir it up a little bit more.
The Bang Bang Gang
Number
leader.
number 36. We have Jay White, 21-5 in 2023. Debuted in AEW in April. Began the year as IWGP World Champion, but he lost it right away on January 4th, which ended a 200-day reign. Going into so that's more of a 2022 kind of thing, but he still held it for that long, losing it. And the notable matches, I mean, I wrote the FTR Collision 2 out of 3 falls with FTR, and then the match with MJF. I mean, again, wasn't there the first 4 months.
As I say, I think he's had more notable storylines and matches so far.
And
which is fine.
until Collision really started in like June or July.
Yeah,
He didn't
I'm curious to see who's ahead because I think he could be higher, but I'm curious to see.
That's why it's hard for us to like.
It was hard. It was hard for me to put him there, but I feel like it's gonna get really chippy in here in a second. So I think there's one more before my first wave of honorable mentions is coming.
Okay.
I forget if it's before or after 35. So let's hit the next slide.
It's 35.
The first wave of honorable mentions, people that did not make my list.
That's brutal.
So these people.
The Juicy 50 still supports neck health, neck the halls.
Yes. So we have Wardlow, Roderick Strong, Mickey James, and Mercedes Moné. Wanted to put them all on, but they didn't quite have the
Mercedes
full year.
has been hurt for the whole year.
But if she didn't get hurt, like the first half of the year,
with all due respect to Mickey, I don't know enough to even judge if she should be on or not.
She had a hot start to the year. She was doing a whole storyline, kind of like Ric Flair, where my next match I lose, I'm retiring.
Yeah, I remember that.
And she just kept winning and winning, won the belt, and then she got hurt, and then she just came back. She's not the champion anymore, but she's been back. So honestly, like that whole run early on, yeah, a lot of impact.
Roger Strong, Wardlow, yeah. No, it makes sense. None of them deserve to be on top 50. I agree with that.
This is gonna start getting rough.
I think Roderick.
Here we go.
I think Roderick deserves it. But
Let's
whatever.
go to 35.
Swear what?
All right, no, you know what?
It's only been recent. It's only been a recent push.
Only
been a recent push.
He was losing the whole first half. He was
100%.
He was the punching bag.
It was tough. I kept saying to myself, it's Swerve. He's so hot. He's so hot right now. Home invader. Swerves when he drives. Never pulled over though. Good for him. But yeah, notable matches. I wrote the Orange Cassidy match on Dynamite
that was such
a few months back. Darby Allin again on Dynamite, and then Adam Page and Wrestle Dream in Full Gear. So
I still have nightmares about him drinking the blood of Full Gear.
Ooh, that was brutal. So yeah, it was hard. It was hard to put him down there, but I felt like the right spot given everything. So.
And he beat Jay White, so he gets one spot ahead of him.
And no title win, so like
yeah. And no accolade or that being said, let's go to number 34. Adam Page.
I agree with this too.
What has he done though?
That's exactly why. He's done stuff, but like nothing major to put him up.
It's all
top.
Right there.
Yeah, come on.
He won the Battle Royal at All Out.
This fucking guy.
He won the ROH 6-man tag titles at Grand Slam, held them for a month and a half, turned his back on the Dark Order and crawled back to the Elite, only for the Elite to walk away from him as well. I think that's a career highlight for him this year. Good for Adam Page. And then some notable matches. We got Jon Moxley, the Texas Deathmatch and Revolution, BCC, a Double or Nothing, Anarchy in Arena, and the Blood and Guts, and Swerve Strickland. So he had some good matches, but not a lot of like.
To be honest with you, I think if he didn't win the 6-man tag titles, he could have been higher.
Probably. It's because he wasted his time with all the Elite drama.
Wasted his time and our time.
Yeah, held him back.
Number 33.
Let's go. Jon Moxley. This one
More
was tough. It was tough, but think about it.
This is going to be the first one I don't agree with you on.
All right, well, he won the international title All Out, held it for only 2 weeks. Got to give the man his vacation. This vacation's like a year and a half in the making.
Even more reason he should be higher.
But again, the Texas Death Match, the Omega Steel Cage match, the Blood and Guts with the Elite, Orange Cassidy matches, those are good, a good record. But again, like he was doing a lot of those wins are like 6-man tags on Rampage, tag matches on like Collision.
Yeah, but they were also like in feuds. They weren't like throwaway matches either. Like they were like building up for the for the big feud at the Anarchy of the Arena and all that stuff. They were like building up for those things too. It wasn't just like a random. It wasn't like OC with the Von Erichs kind of thing.
No, I know, but I just don't think he had like the year. I mean, put it this way: in 2022, he was my Wrestler of the Year. Like he owned 2022. Right. Just compared to that year and this year, he wasn't like the guy as much.
No, I don't think he was the guy, but I think he did enough to probably get a top 25. But let's see. Let's see what top 25 is. Maybe I'm way off.
Let's go. Io Sky.
Agree with this.
12-17-1. Not a great record at all. But she began the year as women's tag team champions with Dakota Kai. Held them for 2 months. She won Money in the Bank this year. She successfully cashed in at SummerSlam on Bianca Belair. And she's held it since. So it's like a 4-month reign and counting.
That's crazy. She's under 500.
Yeah. She didn't win a lot at all. And usually they do that with Money in the Bank winners.
It's so annoying.
They make them lose, and then they fucking win.
I never understand that. Like,
Always
why are
do
you
it.
building up, or how you building down your next champion? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I
31. Ooh,
Darby Allin.
Mr. Everest.
Hopefully still alive.
don't know. Hopefully still alive, climbing Mount Everest. Won the Royal Rampage Battle Royal, won the TNT title in January, held for 1 month. Notable matches were with Samoa Joe at the beginning of the year when he won the TNT title, the four-way Double or Nothing, and then the feud with match with Christian Cage. This one was close. I know I put EO in the middle, but like him and Mox, I was deciding on flipping them or moving them or shifting them around, but
Honestly, probably the title reign.
I mean, yeah, even then they both held it for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Darby had a good year though, and a lot more of his wins.
If OC's not top 10, I'm gonna walk
A
out.
lot more of his wins are solos. Darby's
Say that,
compared to
yeah.
that, but either way, we can move on now to number
Where are you
30.
gonna go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my room.
Dom, Dirty Dominic Mysterio,
Dirty Dom.
18 and 17 in 2023.
Should be higher.
Won the NXT North American Championship in July, held it for 2.5 months. Then he won it back a second time 3 days later in October, and he's the current holder. So if you really
No, he's
want,
not.
well,
He lost the belt.
I probably didn't update that after,
Oh, okay.
like when I was doing it. It's funny because I wrote the match with Dragon Lee and Deadline.
I was gonna say, yeah, he lost to Dragon Lee.
All right, well that's a miss on my part. Either way, what's up, dog? Honestly, his best matches of the year were the most effective ones were in NXT with
Yeah.
Leslie, Mustafa Ali, Dragon Lee, Trick Williams. The only match on the main roster that I liked from him was with Ray. Everything else he's doing is a standard Judgment Day.
He's doing a lot of tag matches and stuff. Also, he hasn't really had
Yeah.
a single match, and the only single match he's having, he's losing.
And then you look at his record, 18 and 17.
No, for sure. I'm honestly, I'm surprised you didn't put him lower.
No, he's had a good
He's
year.
had a good
He's
year.
had a good year.
But as far as like,
He'd be higher if the booze weren't piped in.
this is true.
he should be higher because of how.
And by the way, to keep this in mind, AEW match records were easy to get from the website. WWE ones, when I pulled them, it was strictly just from televised matches, no house show stuff
Makes sense.
or tours, because that would skew it
Yeah,
so
makes
much.
sense.
So it's only stuff we've seen on TV, NXT
Cool.
included. Just to let you know. Okay, we can move on to number 29. Christian Cage,
The patriarch.
patriarch of AEW.
This low.
6 and 6 on the year, won the TNT title in September. He's the current holder, but I mean,
Building a family.
yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
I
But
mean, has 2 children.
you take away
Another one on the way.
you take away the Jack Perry feud
Mhm.
that he had on Revolution with the Final Burial, which was dope. But you get rid of that, he
Great
didn't really
feud.
do anything
In
too
between.
substantial until
No.
like
The Darby
And I
Allin
feel like the
side.
first quarter of the year he wasn't.
he was doing this
Yeah.
stuff with Jack Perry.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So he was doing stuff. He wasn't TNT champion the whole time.
But he wasn't what he is right now
No.
until
No, of course.
recent.
No.
And
So-
also his win-loss record
Yeah.
for 12 matches, pretty good ranking.
Yeah, I think he's had a good little, I don't want to say resurgence, but a good like.
I will say
Emerging.
though, if we're just talking about promos, easily top 5. Just every week, I
Yeah.
might
Oh,
draw
he's smart.
dropped
He
with the
knows
shit
what's
he
up.
says.
Promos, Roddy would be one.
All right,
Christian would be 2.
let's move it along. We go to number 28.
Christian Cage.
Ricky Starks, 21 and 10 in 2023, winner of the Men's Owen Cup, won the tag team titles with Big Bill, on Collision. He won them in October. They held them since. And then the notable matches, he had the feud with Jericho early on. Then he fought with Punk in the Owen Cup finals, and then with Steamboat as the referee, and then the stuff with Danielson. So
See, another one that should probably be higher, but they haven't really given him good creative.
well, again, you take away the Jericho thing, like it was very stop and go until Collision.
Yeah.
And then Danielson was just because Punk disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, we go to number 27. Cash Wheeler.
Separating them.
Well, yeah, it's singles. Okay. 15 and 8 in 2023. Won the tag team championships in April on Dynamite. Held them for 6 months. Mrs. CM Punk. Some notable matches with the Guns on Dynamite when they won the belts. The 2 out of 3 Falls match. The Trios match with Punk against the House of Black, which went like 30 minutes on Collision, was awesome. And then the Young Bucks it all in.
I think I know why he separated them, but we could get to it later.
I was gonna say before we talk about Cash, is Dax next by any chance? Can we just talk about them at the same time, or is there some space
I
between
think
Cash
Dax
and Dax?
had some really good solo
We can
matches.
talk about them separate.
I'm asking.
Yeah, talk about them separate. It's Cash Realist time.
This is Cash Wheeler song. We get Dax later.
Cash, I think, is perfectly placed. I mean, tag teams, FTR was really the face of the tag team division for much of the year and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Only reason they're not still champions is because of the whole Ricky Starks
Yeah,
situation,
still
in my
don't know.
opinion. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense because he hasn't gotten hurt and they haven't missed any time.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
it
Something
was
happened.
an injury.
Something happened. I
So
don't
is
know.
that weird?
And it was such a squash. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think it was that weird stuff with
Jade?
because
Because it was right when
And-
Jade left.
and I also don't think that FTR wanted to put them over just out of nowhere, so that's why they did like a squash with the injury just to really like be able to do
Yeah.
it real quick.
Maybe. All right, we can move on. We do one more and then we can take a break. Dax
I
Harwood
knew it.
at 26, 16-10-1, won the tag team championships in April on Dynamite. Mrs. CM Punk more. And then our notable matches, we have the Guns on Dynamite, all the same ones. The only reason I put Dax higher, Dax, like you said,
He's had
he's
some.
the
He's
one
had
that
some
has-
really good single matches.
Yeah, he's the one that gets the singles matches over Cash. Cash didn't have any. So Dax
Also,
gets the bump.
wasn't this the year that Dax's like 7-year-old girl's gonna punch you in the mouth or punch harder than you, or was that last
Might have
year?
been last year.
It might have been
For
last
sure.
year.
It might have been last year. Yeah, do we want to take a break here? And we can come back for the second half?
All right, halfway through the list.
We'll see you in a few.
Don't go anywhere.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Have you been naughty or nice?
And welcome back to our second half of the Juicy 50. Juicy, take it away.
Let's go. 25. Hit me.
I thought it was gonna be.
What?
Oh, you didn't do honorable mentions?
Not yet.
Uh,
Becky Lynch, at 25, 18-10-1. Won the women's tag titles in February with Lita. Held them for a month and a half. Had her 5-month feud with Trish as
Stupid
well.
tag team.
Won the NXT women's title in September. Held it for a month and a half. But she had a good run with it. She had a lot of matches with Tiffany Stratton and some other wrestlers like Xia Li.
Zion Quinn.
Yeah, not Zion Quinn. But yeah, I put her match with Bailey in the steel cage early on in the year. Trish Stratus matches, the Zoe Starks Falls Count Anywhere match, which was one of my favorite women's matches of the year on Raw. And the Extreme Rules match with Tiffany Stratton, which was pretty awesome too.
You also forgot that she made up with Charlotte Flair. That was a big moment, so they can win.
Moving on to number 24. We can get to the next one now.
Wow.
Toni
Wow.
Storm.
Timeless.
Toni Storm, 25-10 in 2023. She won the women's title at Double or Nothing, held it for 2 months, reinvented herself to then become Timeless Toni Storm, won the women's championship for a second time in Full Gear, and she's the current holder now. Notable matches were Jamie Hayter at Double or Nothing, Willow Nightingale at Forbidden Door, the 4-way at All In, and then the match with Sheeta at Full Gear.
Surprised he's got Tony this low, because that just means that Britt Baker's got to be above her.
Oh boy.
I love Timeless Toni Storm, so I'm very happy to see her this high on the list.
No, that's
It's
good.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You gotta realize. I mean, obviously, I didn't like.
She wasn't trending this way until, like, it was looking bad for her at one point, but then the,
Well, because it was all Jamie Hayter the first half of the
yeah,
year. So
Not even that. Even when she was
when she
with,
lost the title, yeah.
yeah, I was say when she was with the stable, like it
Mhm.
was Soraya kind of being the face of it, and her kind of taking the back seat until she was like, all right, fuck this. Because Ruby was also a pretty like main focal point early on in what were they called? I forgot.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Outcasting.
What do you want to say? NWO?
No, I have no
The
idea.
Outsiders.
Moving on, number 23, Chris Sabin.
Who?
Chris Sabin. This is from. Oh wait, let's get the. There it is. Chris Sabin from Impact Wrestling. Had to give love to Impact. You'll see that throughout the rest of this list.
There's more?
Despite us not watching, despite you guys not watching Impact,
I'm fine with this.
26-13 in 2023, began the year as Impact Tag Team Champions, held them for 2 more months, won the X Division title in June, held it for a month and a half, won it back then in September, currently still holding it, and then some notable matches there, you know.
I know Killer Tomato says he doesn't need pictures, but I would like pictures on people I don't know.
Fair enough, I will keep that in mind for the Juicy 50 in 2024.
So I could judge a book by the cover.
Fair enough.
You don't remember the Motor City Machine Guns at all?
Nope.
Okay.
But they wrestled in AEW once. Okay, number 22. Move on once. Bianca Belair at 22.
Wow.
19-3 in 2023. Started the year as Raw Women's Champion, held it for 5 months. Won the women's title at SummerSlam, only held it for less than 10 minutes.
Stupid.
And then notable
Wasn't she
matches.
out for a while or no?
She was out for a while in between all
Yeah,
this.
She's still high?
So, well,
She had the big good run.
Mm.
She was also in like major feuds even when she came back pretty much right away with Charlotte and
she ended
Asuka,
up missing,
so.
I think, like 3 months.
War Games was a big one. You know what I mean? Like she's been involved. Like any major woman's feud, I feel like this past year she's had a good
She's
hand
the
in.
female John Cena.
Yeah,
That's essentially how they're booking her. So,
Mm.
all right, number 21, Kevin Owens.
I love it.
Starting to get spicy now.
I like it.
19-13-1 in 2023. Won the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles in the main event of WrestleMania with Sami Zayn.
And then did nothing.
Held them for 5 months. After
Didn't
that,
do anything.
drafted to SmackDown in October. Some notable matches. He did fight Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, the Usos, Roman and Solo at Night of Champions, where they won again, and the Street Fight at Payback, where they lost the belts to Priest and Balor.
See, I will say, I think he belongs lower, but then I wouldn't know who to put above him. And that's where it gets tricky. Just because, like, those 5 months after they held the belts, after they won the belts, they didn't do shit. Like, they ruined the tag team division,
Yeah.
which is a knock on him. And then finally they dropped him to
yeah.
SmackDown, and, like, that was good.
Mhm.
But I don't know if he belongs so high. But again, I don't know who I put above him. I think I put actually Tony Storm above him.
Well, I think the WrestleMania main event alone, like, I mean, that was that Mania season.
Yeah.
Like, the first 4 months, they fucking owned.
Yeah, but we're talking about like he might as well have been injured for those 5 months if we're talking about like that kind of stuff.
They were
being
still
held
defending
against
them
it.
though. There was no feuds, but they were defending them. I agree with you. The reign wasn't like that hot, but
I guess.
either way. So this might be an honorable mention. This might be number 20. I forget. So let's just hit next slide.
I don't want to mention
Honorable mentions, though. Second wave. All 3 members of the Acclaimed. All 3
yeah.
members of the House of Black. Adam Cole and the Guns all missed my Juicy 50. This was a little tougher, these ones, but not as much. It was just harder to put 3 names on the list and leave one of the 3 off. So I kind of just made that decision there with the groupings. But
Yeah.
also, they didn't really.
If anyone, it would be Brody. Like Alistair's missed a lot of time. Buddy's hasn't done that much.
The Acclaimed have only done the same thing
Yeah.
all three of them, so you can't really separate them. Cole's been hurt for how long now?
So I wanted to mention them, but I didn't think they really made the top 50.
And the Ass Boys just...
They were tag champs for the first 4 months.
I know.
Either way, we can move along now. Number 20,
Ooh.
Austin Theory. 2011-1.
Surprise.
As much as people don't like him, began the year as U.S. champion, held it for 8 months. Notable matches he had: the Elimination Chamber match, the match with John Cena, and the match with at WrestleMania, and then the match with Rey Mysterio on SmackDown where he lost the title finally.
Yeah.
So
I like
Yeah.
that. I think that's a good pick. That's surprising. I'm surprised you put him so high, but I do agree.
I mean,
Had a
people don't
good
like
year.
him, but he had a good year.
And even the stuff with Grayson Waller, I really like.
Number 19, let's go. Claudio Castagnoli, 34-14 in the year. This includes his Ring of Honor matches, of course. Began the year as ROH World Champion. Held it for 9 months. Lost it at Grand Slam. So that's a good chunk of the year where he was a champion. Notable matches with Eddie Kingston, with Pac at Death Before Dishonor, and then the match Stadium Stampede at All In. So I feel like he had a good year. Quiet good year. I don't think he got a
I was
lot
gonna
of love.
say, when you
Because of
really
Ring of
think
Honor.
about 2023, it's not like I feel like 2022 is more his year because of the ROH title and everything like that.
Yeah.
But no, for sure, he had a great year. A lot of good matches too.
We can move on to number 18. Eddie Kingston.
And then yeah, of course, that's not a question.
Had to be one above Claudio. Had to do it. 15-6 on the year. This is only his AEW Ring of Honor record. I didn't do the New Japan matches, but he competed in the G1 tournament for the first time in his career, which was a huge goal of his.
And won.
He didn't win.
Oh no.
Not the G1.
Oh, it's not this way. You won the open weight.
No. He won the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Won the Ring of Honor World Championship at Grand Slam in September. Current holder. He won
Not for long.
It's cut off. He won the Strong Openweight in July. And then notable matches. He beat Jay White in January. Loser leaves New Japan Wrestling. Beat Kenta to win the title. Claudio at Grand Slam. Shibata at Wrestle Dream. And then Danielson recently on Collision. We can move on to number 17. Finn Balor, 22-19. Won the Raw SmackDown tag titles. Payback. I think they only held them for, a month and a half.
And then won them again.
1 month, and they won them for a second time, like a week later. And they're the current holders. Notable matches: the one with Edge at the Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins Money in the Bank at SummerSlam, which I think was a huge
Seth Rollins was so good.
resurgence for him.
Yeah, such a good match.
And then the Payback Street Fight.
No, I do agree. I mean, I've been saying Judgment Day's been having a great year. This really is Judgment Day's year as a whole group. So
Mhm.
I agree that they should be high. Obviously, Damien's going to be higher than him. I would hopefully, I want to say only like 1 or 2. He shouldn't be too much higher than
He
him.
might not be on the list.
Damien Priest should 100% be on the list. That'd be crazy if he
I
wasn't.
don't know. We'll see.
And then Rhea should not be top 10, but also should be top 10. It's kind of weird because she's had a
Ooh.
weird year as well.
I'll be on the list.
No,
Might not
both
be
of them
on the
have
list.
to be on the list
We'll
above
see.
Finn.
We're
That'd
getting
be-
down nitty
that'd
gritty.
be wild.
Let's go to 16. See what's up. Oh, Rhea Ripley.
You put
Oh, right there.
okay.
19-3
Okay.
on the year. Unpinned in 2023. All of her losses were to male partners in the tag matches. Winner of the 2023 Royal Rumble. Won the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. And then her notable matches, the Rumble, the matches with Charlotte Flair, Zelina Vega at Backlash, and then the 5-way at Crown Jewel was pretty solid as well. So,
Interesting that you would have Damien over her.
If Damien's on the list.
if Damien's on the list. And also keep in mind, Rhea's at 16, but also think about how many females are left. All right, we can move on to number 15.
Not many, because
That
they're
could
all
be on the list.
backloaded.
Number
Trinity Fatu?
15. Trinity Fatu, yes.
She wrestles still?
Yes.
22-1 in 2023. Debuted with Impact in April. Won the Knockouts title in July. Still the holder of the belt. She's basically carried that division and been Impact female division, Knockouts division all year. And yeah, those are some notable matches with Giselle Shaw, Deonna Purrazzo, Mickey James. I know you know
I thought she was still a free agent.
who.
No, she's been on for.
She's
very long.
been with Impact for a while.
Cool.
All right, move on to number 14.
I think she signed before Monet did, right?
Samoa Joe, number
Oh.
14, 15-6. Began the year as Ring of Honor TV champion. What?
I'm surprised he has that many losses.
Yeah. Began the year as ROH TV champion, AEW TNT champion, relinquished the TV title in November. Lost the TNT title, though, on January 4th, early on in the year. So he didn't really have it much. And then he won it back in February, held it for a month. Next AEW champion in 12 days.
Wow. Calling his
I
shot.
thought that was an interesting note there.
Calling his shot.
Yeah, we got some notable matches. Again, the one with Darby, the match with Punk at All In, and then MJF at Grand Slam.
Yeah, Spoilers just had a great year. Who's going to argue that?
Mm-hmm.
So, no doubt.
Good for a guy that couldn't get into a WWE ring.
Right? Don't understand.
Let's move on to number 13.
Don't understand them.
Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
26-5 on the year.
David Priest has to be on this list.
He won the World Heavyweight title.
And he should not be this high.
He won the World Heavyweight title in Night of Champions on May 27th. Still holding it. And notable matches. He had matches with Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Drew McIntyre, War Games. Solid year.
I mean, to be honest with you, he's been the face of Raw for the last 2 years, so no surprise there. Finally gave him the belt that he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that he's holding it for a while. So
let's move on to number 12, please. Kenny Omega. 17-9 on the year. He won the IWGP US title to kick off the year from Will Ospreay. Held that for 6.5 months
that was such a good match.
until he lost it to Ospreay again. Won the AEW Trios titles in January as well. Held them for 2 months after that. That was when the Death Triangle Best of 7 they did.
I was going to say that's when he bit CM Punk.
No. Which is crazy to think that Best of 7 happened in 2023.
Right?
Like, again, how long it's been. And then all of his matches with Will Ospreay, the Death Triangle matches, House of Black, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Dynamite, the Steel Cage, Takeshita at All Out, MJF, Collision. It's a good resume.
Yeah.
So he had a really great
Kenny
career.
Omega is
5 moist.
5 on the moisture
alive
scale?
5 on the
right
moisture
now.
scale.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Number 11. Jay Uso.
Yo, what the fuck?
Jay Uso.
Damien Priest has to be on here.
15-13.
And I don't like that he's top 10.
Began the year as Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Held them for 4 months. Won them back at Fastlane with Cody Rhodes. Held them for 1 week. Yeet. It's unfortunate it's cut off there on the screen, but I did right. Held for 1 week. Yeet.
Yeet or not to yeet.
Yeah, notable matches with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns at SummerSlam and War Games. I thought Jay had a huge breakout year with everything. I think he's truly gotten himself to a main event level where he can stay there.
I agree.
Not even the name anymore. So I think he deserves to be where he is. All right, now I think I put my last wave of honorable mentions before number 5. So I think we have time. Let's go to number 10. Alex Shelley.
Shelley.
22-8 in 2023.
The other Motor City Machine Gun.
The other Motor City Machine Gun from Impact Wrestling. Began the year as Impact Tag Team Champions with Alex Shelley. Won the world title in June for the first time in his career.
That's dope.
And he's
Good for
held
him.
the belt since.
Good
Huge
for
year
him.
for him.
I like Alex Shelley a lot.
Not getting much love, but I think he deserves to be in the top 10 for winning the belt this year.
That's a good one.
Number 9.
Congrats to Alex Shelley for making the juicy.
There it is.
Wow.
Damian Priest.
Too high.
Number 9.
Too high.
Wow.
31-19.
Too high.
Won the Money in the Bank men's contract in July. Current holder. Won the Raw and SmackDown tag titles. Held them for a month. Lost them. Won them back. And he's still holding them. It's a good body of work. It had the street fight with Bad Bunny. The Money in the Bank match itself. The Payback street fight. I think out of everybody in Judgment Day this year, as much as I don't like him, he's had the biggest and best year of all of them.
Not top 10.
No, I think he deserves it. I think he should be. Where do you think he should be?
I was right at like 12. Like right outside. No,
Okay.
seriously, right outside top 10.
Okay, all right. So at least we're not like way off base.
No. I don't think
Okay.
he's like so low. I do agree he's above Damien. I do agree he's above Rhea. I was going back and forth when I was like thinking that before. I was like, who had a better year technically? But
Yeah.
no, he had a better year than Rhea.
Number 8, Bryan Danielson.
My boy.
19-5 in
If only
2023.
he wasn't injured so much of the
Exactly. As announced, he's in the last year of his full-time career. He's got MJF, the Iron Man match, the Okada match, the Sabre match, Christian match on Collision, and Starks. I mean, that's just a great body.
I was gonna say
of
too,
work.
and that's just the best. Like
Yeah.
honestly, any one of his matches you pick out this year can go up there as like
I
a
didn't
great
even.
fucking match.
I didn't even put any of the Continental Classic on there.
No, of course
so.
not. It's crazy.
All right, number 7, Will Ospreay.
Yep.
This is including New Japan. Obviously, if I didn't include New Japan, he'd be 5-0.
Yeah.
So, 41-12 on the year. A lot of matches, a lot of wins. Started the year as IWGP US champion. He did lose it on January 4th, so kind of, but he won it back in June and from Omega, and he's the current holder. So him and Omega kind of
God, that Omega match I still can't get over.
split
That was
the
so
year
good.
on that. And then from there, yeah, I mean, I wrote Kenny Omega, Tetsuya Naito at the G1 semis, which is like the Continental Classic for them. Jericho at All In, Speedball Mike Bailey on
Who won?
Impact.
Who won the G1? May I ask, or is that coming?
It was Naito.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fighting Sonata at Wrestle Kingdom. I know you
I
don't
don't know
know
who
anything
that
of what I fucking just
He's
said.
just like, yo, that's great.
Yeah, and now we can move on to number 6.
Sami
Sami Zayn.
Zayn.
Wow.
21-18 on the year, not a great record, but I think if there's one person I'm really going to think of with 2023, this guy. I mean, left the bloodline at the Royal Rumble, no longer Uzi.
I have someone else, but
He
he
won.
might be coming.
All right, we'll see. Won the Raw SmackDown Tag Team titles in the main event of WrestleMania, which is a huge deal. First ever tag team match or tag team title match in the main event. And then notable matches: the Chamber match with Roman was huge. The Usos WrestleMania, and then the Street Fight and all the other matches we've mentioned so far. So
Yeah, no, Sami Zayn is for sure 2023. Everything
Alright.
with the bull, and they still talk about it.
now, before we hit the next slide, this is the last wave of honorable mentions. Gonna get some reactions here, but let's do it. Did not make the top 50.
How dare you? To
I
Rey
was
Mysterio.
just thinking in my head, where's Roman Reigns?
Mm.
Because I knew he wasn't putting him top 5.
And he snubbed Rey Mysterio. Like
So CM doesn't surprise me. Ray does surprise me. Rey Mysterio does surprise me because he did have a good year and he only recently got injured.
that? John, how could we be the #1 Rey Mysterio podcast if you don't have him on the list?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with 2 of those. Roman, I really don't disagree with.
What was his record? 2-0.
I didn't even look it up.
Right, like 3 or 4 now.
If they didn't make the 50, I didn't bother.
Okay.
Again, this was originally a list of 100. They were gonna make the list, but these people just
I
missed
don't know,
out.
man. How do you not put you like?
It wasn't around.
Some
for
of these
so much
people's
the year.
notable matches were with Ray that you have on this list,
Okay, you take away the Dom thing.
and
Like-
he won a belt.
Yeah, but he won that. Okay, he won that in October, and then that was in April. He didn't. All he was doing was the LWO shit and in between. He didn't do anything substantial. Like he didn't have like that big of a year outside of the stuff with Dom.
What was Kevin Owens doing for the 5 months after
he
the
was
title?
being a champion at least.
He wasn't doing anything substantial.
He's
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
that's some bias shit right there. Ray should definitely be on the
Wow.
top 50.
well, if you want to do a Danny 50,
That's crazy.
by all
Knockout
means.
Sky Blue. Put in Ray.
We're never gonna get Raimi back.
he just tuned in. Hey, what's up? No.
Shinsuke, Shinsuke, I feel he just hasn't won anything major.
He
Like
didn't-
he's been in some like technically feuds and good feuds, but he hasn't really come out.
again
on top.
before the set thing. What was he doing?
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing. Wasn't even on,
Shinsuke, I
wasn't even on
agree
TV.
Ray is really the only one that I feel like was a mistake. I think Ray had significant. Again, according to your own rankings,
Yeah.
multiple matches
No,
that
truthfully,
were notable.
truthfully,
A title reign.
go back and look. I looked at his record on because once he was close. He was one of the closer ones. These are the 4 closest. That's why I put him at the end. These are the ones that just fucking missed.
Yeah.
But like when you look at like his body of work for the year, it wasn't as great as the other ones. That's I really did consider. I looked. Punk was easy and Shinsuke.
Because there was just a lot of low ones that didn't have a good body of work for the year. Also, I think Ray had a better body of work than some of your lower
Interesting, though,
ones.
not on his honorable mentions, so they must be in his top 5. Matt and Nick Jackson.
We're getting there. Oh, we're getting to the top 5 though now.
All right, just move on for this.
Number 5, Walter.
Gunther.
19-8 on the year.
Gunther.
Began the year as Intercontinental Champion. Current holder. Still holding it.
Yeah, no, he's had.
Broke the record for longest in-ring appearance in a Royal
Fantastic.
Rumble ring at 1 and making it to the final 2. And then notable matches. His stuff with Drew and Sheamus. His stuff with Riddle, Gable, Ciampa, Miz. A lot of TV stuff because it was on pay-per-views a lot.
The only thing I will say is I wish he just wrestled a little more.
Yeah.
As the IC champ, you're supposed to be the workhorse, so like you
Yeah,
should be wrestling a little bit more. But
And by the way, like, I think all those but one are like
like
6-man or tag matches.
I was gonna say, did you see though how they compared his title reign to Honky Tonk? Even though Honky Tonk's was like lesser talent,
No, I didn't.
but it was almost double the matches that like he had in the title reign.
Wow.
It was pretty significantly like crazy that Honky Tonk Man wrestled so much more.
So 4 names left. There's 2 that
You
I'm
know
thinking
that,
of,
yeah.
and there's two that I have no idea.
All right.
Number
Number 4.
Oh, 3 that I knew. I forgot about it.
19-3-1 in
Yeah.
2023. Has been the AEW World Champion all of the year.
Yeah.
Won the Ring of Honor tag
Yeah.
titles at All In.
I'm surprised 4.
And then those are his notable matches: the Iron Man, the 4-way with Cole, Joe.
Yeah, no, definitely another good year. Interesting to note, no world champions left, I think, right? You took out TNA, you took out
Yeah.
AEW,
Mhm.
both WWEs,
Mm-hmm.
unless there's a New Japan, who I don't know who
The
that
number 2
champion
should be a
is.
no-brainer for you guys. The top 2, but
I think I know who the top 2 are.
I'm just saying.
Which direction,
It's
which way
interesting
they
that those
are,
are
I'm
the-
not sure.
Those are the ones out.
All right.
Well, you know Cody's up there.
Let's
Number-
get to the list.
let's go with number
then,
3.
Then we'll talk.
Cody
Oh,
Rhodes.
Right on
see?
cue. There you go.
I thought he was going to be number 1, personally.
Really?
23-4
No, I
in
don't think he's number one.
2023.
Is his statement about Sami Zayn when you think of 2023?
No, I don't think he's number
I
one.
think of Cody Rhodes.
That's not who I think of.
Because Cody...
Y'all know what's up. 23-4 in 2023.
R-Truth. What's up? Number 1.
Won the 2023 Royal Rumble.
That was the...
Won the Raw SmackDown tag titles with Uso. Only held them for a week, but he still won them. And then notably, he had the trilogy with Brock. And then
And
the
just
ma-
him
the match
moving
with Drew.
from AEW to WWE was such ground-shattering. That's why
Yeah.
I say I think of him. 23. He basically put AEW out of business.
Well, he left in 22. He left in 22.
I was gonna say, he left in 22, and he did not put AEW out of business. He came
I was
back
kidding
for the
about that.
Royal Rumble.
Danny, down.
He came back for the Royal
Wait,
Rumble.
when,
He didn't
when
leave.
was he was just in this past WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, 39 was with Roman. 38 was when he debuted with Seth.
Yeah.
So he debuted.
He came back
Oh.
last year.
Then he got hurt and he was out for like
Okay.
a bunch.
Come on, man.
What do
All
I
right.
know?
Get your head out of
It's
here.
not one year.
Number 2, Athena.
Mm.
Yeah, I
40
didn't see that coming. I forgot about that.
45-5 in 2023, 12-3 AEW, but 33-2 in Ring of Honor. Started the year as ROH Women's Champion. Current holder. Notable wins: Kiera Hogan, Willow Nightingale, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, and Billy Starks. I know you guys didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, but she was Ring of Honor.
She's worth the $10.
She owned it. She's my female wrestler of the year, hands down.
Awesome.
We know. who
And number one.
I
is.
can't really argue with Tina.
We know who number
Yeah,
one
we know
is.
who number 1 is.
Boom!
Big surprise.
Orange Cassidy, baby. 50-8 in 2023, 28-1 in singles matches. Began the year as international champion. Held it
Should
for
never have lost it.
Held it for 9 months. Rightfully won it back in November.
Should never have lost
Current
it.
holder, and then notable wins. Battle Royal for the international title, where it came down him and Swerve. The match with Swerve after that. The 4-way at Forbidden Door with Garcia, Shibata, and Sabre. Shibata on Rampage with Mike Tyson on commentary, which was hysterical.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix on Dynamite to win the belt back, thankfully. And I wrote the 2 matches in it with Mox, but really just a full gear one because the All Out one sucked. But that's my juicy 50. But what
Can I
better
just
way
say
to do
also
it?
just,
Freshly squeezed.
Freshly
Orange
squeezed,
Cassidy.
juicy 50.
It's so good. Just the growth that he's had, like what everyone thought he was going to be when he first got into, like literally just if he were to challenge for the belt tomorrow, no one would question it at this point. Like he is AEW. It's crazy how good he is.
They need to give him something though. He's been treading
He really-
water right now. He's
I
been
really
treading
hate
water
that he
right
doesn't have storyline. I hate that he's just doing all these like fill-in triple threats
But-
and shit.
Yeah.
now. But I think that's
Or
just because of the
trios.
CC tournament. And
Yeah.
when that ends, though.
But he's gonna be at World's End, but it's not gonna be like a substantial feud. It's gonna be like some match that they booked the week before because he like got in the face of someone or whatever, and someone
Yeah.
challenging for the belt,
Yeah.
which would be great. We get to see him still, but like, God, give me something good. Give me something to stick my teeth into when it comes to him.
So before we wrap up, real quick, any snubs? Besides the ones that were shown.
I think just Ray.
Any-
Really.
No, besides the ones shown. Anybody else coming to mind that, oh man, how'd you not even put them?
Matt and Nick Jackson.
They weren't making this list. Absolutely not.
Honestly, not that I would have put him on if I'm just playing devil's advocate. You could make an argument for Logan Paul. He's had a decent year. He's had some big moments. He's
How
the
many
current
times has he
champion.
wrestled?
Like, I'm talking about low on the list. If you're comparing him to some of the ones that stuck
Mm-hmm.
in 50, 49, 48, I could see him replacing one of those guys. LA Knight.
He was on there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, he was.
He was like low 30s. I think.
Yeah. I was just trying to think like whoever we talked about a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
I was trying to think of any
Vikingo, Del
Yeah.
El Hijo,
Yeah. Truthfully.
Andrade. No,
Roderick, yeah, no, I can't really think of any like big snubs. I think you got them with honorable mentions, so that was really.
Say it. It's fine.
I don't know anything he's done,
Mhm.
and he's not in any of the big promotions. But I feel like Zack Ryder has been killing it, right?
That's fair. Zack Ryder's a good
Yeah,
one.
truthfully, obviously, I didn't say it up front, but obviously, another big criteria is it's stuff that I've watched. And seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna throw someone on there that I don't
Yeah.
know their stuff. I'm not gonna do
for
that
sure.
for the sanctity of the Juicy 50.
No, for sure. All right. So next week we are taking a little Christmas vacation. All right. We are looking to do a midweek episode though, so stay tuned. I believe we're aiming for the 28th.
Yep.
So
it's
stay
Thursday.
tuned. Look at your feed. Look at social, and we'll post our links and we'll let you know. We are planning to do our Secret Santa. So please stay tuned to see who got who and what we got each other. And
Secret
also,
Devil.
Oh my.
and also, hopefully, we do a little Christmas themed.
And we'll be predicting World's End, which is coming up.
That's
before
fair,
that.
which we'll be attending. So that'll be really interesting as well. So please come back and join us next week. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. And if we don't see you, also have a Happy New Year. But we're gonna see you before then. Join us next week.
Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
What would you like for Christmas?